from the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I think Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast powered by Air Transat.
Shout out to Damnit Maurie. Hey, happy birthday, Maur. What? Damnit Maurie's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Maurie.
You mean you knew?
Of course I knew.
Or
I shouldn't say that. I knew Thursday. Somebody told me Thursday, and then I completely forgot it till now.
Mocha told you.
Yeah, Mocha told me. Mocha's good with birthdays. You know that. I'm not good with stuff like that, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Oh, did you get him something, dude? Come
a little
on.
something.
Why are you making me look bad?
Oh, thank
What is
you, man.
that?
That's
Bottle of wine or something?
Yeah.
Thank you so
Spoiler
much.
alert.
Oh, well, it's
Wait
in
for the guy
a
to-
liquor bag.
So what?
I don't.
It could have been like a gag gift, like a giant Toblerone, one of those ones that you get at Christmas.
Nice.
Well, you don't have to open it now, man. Like, wait till tonight.
Oh, wow.
There you go. What is it?
It's a nice bottle of Pinot Grigio.
There you go.
Well, I assumed you wouldn't know. Like, I prepared for the fact that neither of you would have remembered.
Oh.
Like, I kind of was like, planned the whole thing like, what if they didn't know?
Really?
Well, it just makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would you know?
So, hold on here. So, what did you prepare?
I wrote greeting cards for each of you to read to me.
You wrote
Get outta here.
You wrote your birthday cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one here is from Roz to Maury.
Okay, give me that.
And this
card.
is from Mocha to Maury.
Yo, man, I already gave you a bottle of wine.
Yeah,
what more
but
do you want?
I prepared for the fact that you wouldn't remember.
God, so what, you want me to read this to you? The birthday card that you wrote
Yeah, and
to
I'll act
you
surprised.
from me?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Mocha?
No, you go first.
Okay. So here, I'll read the card that Maury gave to me to read to him that he wrote for himself from me on his birthday. Does that make sense?
Just
No, say that again and say it slower.
Happy birthday, Maury. You don't look a day over 25.
Thanks.
It should come as no surprise. But I think you're one of a kind. Hardworking and someone we couldn't do the show without. I wish we could dedicate an entire show to you, but alas, one show just wouldn't be enough. That's how much I think about you. You're bigger than a bread box and this show, but for the record, still shockingly slim. You're one of the most honest and trustworthy people I know. I can't imagine life without you. Please enjoy your birthday with your head held high, knowing that both Mocha and I think of you as family. In addition to the amazing gift I got you. Oh, insert gift here. Oh, damn. In addition to the amazing gift I got you, just know you hold a special spot in my heart. Happy birthday to one of my best friends. Lots of love, your Roz.
Oh my God. That was so beautiful. Are you crying?
So sweet.
Are you crying right now? Hold on a second here. Are you legit crying?
Yes. That was the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. You know you wrote that. Shh. But you did.
Shush.
Okay, now Mocha,
Yeah.
if you would please...
Hold on, I need a minute.
He's actually crying. He's legit crying. And Mocha, if you would please go ahead with your card.
Happy birthday, Maury. You don't look a day over 25.
Thanks.
Same.
Did you just cut and paste?
No, this is from the heart.
Dude, where have you been all my life? You're everything I look for in a friend. I hope your birthday is as lit as you. You will always be my man-dem. If only more people were as funny, punny, and witty as you. Real feels here, man. I love you like a son. I would never say that. And I have a son, so I know what that love feels like. Some might say I actually have 2 sons. So thank you for that, son. You are the GOAT. You're as Gucci as they come and straight fire as they want to be. Spend all that cheddar on yourself today, bro.
Oh my God. Like, you have no idea what this means to me.
Shut up.
I also hit the streets of Toronto to ask people what it was like to be forgotten by Roz and Mocha.
But we didn't forget. I remembered Thursday.
I gave you a gift, man.
I came in with the assumption that this would never come up.
So you talk to people on the streets about this?
Yes.
Sandy, do you think it's wrong that Roz and Mocha forgot my birthday? Again?
That's awful because, you know, these are people you work every day with. Like, you know, they're almost like your work family. So they should remember your birthday and appreciate you and celebrate you. So it's really sad that they forgot your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, it's very wrong. Because work with him, you got to support him.
If you have given that specific coworker some sort of gratification for their own birthday, then I feel that it is very, very much so justified that they reciprocate such actions.
So tell me, is it wrong for a direct coworker to forget your birthday?
Yes, I forget all the time.
Well, why?
I work in the emergency room and it's not important.
No, wait, so should a coworker remember your birthday?
Yes.
Why?
Because you work in a high-stress environment and the patients are their first priority.
Happy birthday, Damnit Maurie!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we go. So, 26 years ago in 1993, Jurassic Park was released. How
crazy.
fitting. Also, 33 years ago, Ferris Bueller's Day Off was released. 37 years ago, E.T. was released.
Wow.
A lot going on June 11th. So we'll open the Johnny Depp School of Acting. Good morning, Damnit Maurie.
Good morning.
Mocha.
Hi.
So how the Johnny Depp School of Acting works is we will sort of take the Johnny Depp approach to acting, which is the story went that he's just too busy and eccentric to learn his own lines. So he has an earpiece in his ear while he's on set, and somebody feeds him his lines in his ear, and then he just says them during the scene. And as we've discovered, it is extremely difficult to do this. So we're going to do Jurassic Park today, which is awesome. And Maury, you are going to be playing the part of Grant,
okay,
who was Sam Neill, and Mocha, you're going to be Ellie, who was Laura Dern.
Okay.
Okay, so, this is the scene where they're explaining how vicious the velociraptors are. This is the first time anybody really ever heard of a raptor before.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the introduction to the raptors.
Okay.
Johnny Depp School of Acting Anniversary Edition, Jurassic Park, Mocha and Maury, Scene 1, and, excuse me, action.
Here we go.
You can eat your first sticks, but the turkeys, they're clinging. The raptors, they do their laundry in the boobs. They hubbing up and down in the head. They sell they sell capes in the movement like a T-Rex, like they loosen the movement. No, not the velociraptors. You stare at him, you stare back, and then it comes at you in attack, not at the front, not in the sides, in the two raptors in their ears, and they come in the countries, and they come towards, and they coordinate the attacks.
Did you say something about the laundry and the boobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will tell you this. I have the script in my hand. I said nothing about lingerie and boobs.
And you must have mentioned country like 5 times, right?
Okay, and I did not. Okay, I did not. Okay.
I don't know, guys. You think we should try it again?
Okay, so Johnny Depp School of Acting, Jurassic Park edition. Happy anniversary, by the way. Maury and Mocha, Scene 1, Take 2, and action.
Here we go.
You get your first look at the turkeys and the movement. They cling to the raptors. They go for a long time. They move like a bird. They bob up and down with the head. They keep the laundry open. They open the doors like a T-Rex. No, not the velociraptors. You stare at them and they stare right back at you. And then they attack you and then, oh, no, I'm not saying that word. And then, massive raptors. They come and they see and they coordinate you and they attack and through the car and they shave.
Hold on. They attack the car and then they shave? I don't know if that's a line.
No, that's not the line at all. It's velociraptors are pack hunters, you see. He uses coordinated attack patterns, and he's out in force today, and he slashes at you with his 6-inch retractable claw, like a razor on a middle toe. That's what I read. Not attack you in a car and then have a shave.
That is Johnny Depp. School of acting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How much time do we have right now? Can I get into something real quick?
Sure.
Did you have a thing when you were a kid, like a blankie or like a teddy or anything like that?
I had a blanket.
That you still...
Oh, still.
Sleep with?
No, I don't. What do I have that's... No, like as a kid, I had a blankie.
Yeah. But when did you get rid of the blankie?
Oh, God, I don't know. I was still a kid.
Because to me, so let me read you this headline. 1 in 3 adults still sleep with their childhood teddy bear blanket. 1 in 3 adults.
That's a lot.
What are you doing, people? No, because isn't that part of being a kid, and it's also part of being a parent, is that sort of moment where you separate them from the comfort tool that they have. Like, that's a part of growing up where you say goodbye to the blankie or you say goodbye to the teddy. You don't necessarily have to throw it away,
no,
but
we
where
put it away.
you understand that it served its purpose.
I don't have anything in my life right now.
So according to a new survey, 1 out of 3 adults say they still sleep with a, quote, comfort object from their childhood. That includes things like stuffed animals, a blanket, or like some sort of special pillow that you had that maybe your nana gave you or something.
I still sleep with a stuffed lion.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you don't. I don't believe you.
It's like I don't cuddle with it. It's on my nightstand, and I've had it ever since I was a child.
No. We're talking about in the bed, cuddle with it.
I think having it even still having it, and even on the nightstand is technically sleeping with it. So I would argue that
closeness that you get. You don't necessarily feel that you have to cuddle it, but as long as
it's there, and I know it's there.
What's the lion's name?
The lion's name, I've never named it.
Really?
To be completely honest with you. It was given to me by my granny when I was born, and I still have it.
Really?
Yeah.
And what does Matthew say about that? Because I'm sure he hates it sitting there on the night table all dirty.
He keeps trying to break it when he's cleaning.
Break it?
Like the eyes or something. Like
oh my God.
What kind of...
He goes, this is so embarrassing and not sexy that you have a toy next to you.
That's what I was going to get to. So, okay. So 1 in 3 adults... still sleep with their childhood teddy bear or blanket or like baby pillow or whatever it is. Now, what if you don't live alone like Maurie? What if you're married? What if you are living with somebody? What if you share your bed with somebody? What if it's a one-night stand?
See,
does that go away?
No, I find it really, honestly, I find it shows sensitivity, and I find it very attractive if somebody still has something from their childhood that is in their bedroom or with them in bed. I think it shows sensitivity and awesomeness.
If I'm in bed and I roll over to get down to business, and the person who I'm rolling over to cuddle is cuddling a baby blanket, I'm rolling back over.
Yeah, later. It was nice seeing you.
Yeah.
But I gotta go.
So does that not matter to people, this sort of optics of...
I would say yes.
Sexuality and like sensualness to have...
because if you're
to
still
have a
getting
baby
to know...
thing in the bed?
If you're still getting, like, just the visual of it right away, you're like, what the hell, man?
It's weird.
I don't know. When people are in the outside world and are powerful, strong people like myself, and they go home and they have something sensitive, I think that shows a unique thing.
I still don't think so.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Allie. It's Roz and Mocha. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, we're going to try to fix your life and your heart.
Allie, how old are you, hon?
I'm 24.
Okay, cool. So you wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. 6 years ago, I hooked up with my best friend twice, and it never happened again. He unexpectedly moved out of the city and started a new life, a new relationship, and a new job. 2 years ago, he messaged me out of the blue, and since then, we've talked on and off. I told him how I felt. He told me that he loved me and that things would change. Things haven't changed, even though he keeps promising me that they will. My problem is I've been in love with him for years and I can't seem to keep a relationship. What do I do?
Allie, you want the truth?
Yeah.
This guy is playing you.
Like, I want to think that he's not, but at the same time, I have that feeling deep down in there too.
Yeah. Trust your gut. Is he still in a relationship with another girl?
He told me he's not.
But what do you think?
But I don't know. Like, I want to say he's not because things haven't been going good. And then he just recently moved back home. So now I'm like, I don't know what to do. And yeah.
Wait, so move back home as in like close proximity to where you are?
Yeah.
And have you been able to meet up?
Yeah, we've hung out ever since then, and we talk every day.
Uh-huh. Have you slept with each other? Have you guys hooked up?
Not recently.
So where's this other woman then?
In the other city.
How far away is it? Like a drive or a flight?
Like a drive.
A drive. Okay, cool. So theoretically, they still could be together. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you talk on the phone, do you talk to him like during the day, or is it time specific, like only at night between the hours of this and that?
No, we talk during the day. Like, we text back and forth all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about at night?
At night we talk too. Like, we have conversations at nighttime and stuff like that.
But is he super weird when he's on the phone with you at night, or like when you're not around him? Like,
no.
Okay. All right.
So the other woman, so the woman's not in his house or anything like that. Then.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So you tell him that you love him. He tells you that he loves you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so why have you guys not had the conversation now that he appears to be single? Like, hey, why don't we do this? We both love each other. So like, what's the holdup then?
You know what? I have talked to him about how I feel, and he listens to me, and he tells me, things are going to change. Trust me. Like, don't worry about it. Things are going to change.
What's going to change?
I don't know. He never tells me.
Oh.
Okay, so here's...
there's something going on. He's hiding something from you, and it may be another relationship, or he just doesn't... like. He likes the companionship, the friendship that you guys have, and doesn't want to be in a relationship. I don't know. It's weird.
To me, it sounds a little bit like he's trying his best to not hurt your feelings.
Yeah, and I kind of get that vibe too.
Yeah, I think he's trying to spare you the feelings. I think that he really likes you and probably really enjoyed hooking up with you. But when he closes his eyes, you are not the person by his side 40 years from now. And that's a very difficult thing to tell somebody, that you actually quite enjoy their company. And when you tell him how you feel and you can't keep a relationship, he knows that you are crazy in love with him, and he's really fond of you as well, but you're not the person that he sees himself with. And that's a real tough thing to tell somebody. So I think with something like this, whenever it comes to you needing to move on, Mocha and I have given the same advice to countless people, which is the first thing you got to do is a clean break.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to stop following him. You got to stop talking to him. You got to start doing all this stuff. And tell him. And when it comes to ending something, you need to be blunt, but you need to be compassionate. Okay? Mm-hmm. The problem, and it's guys usually that have this problem when they're trying to end something, they kind of do listen, right now, it's just not good right now, but things will change. And they don't have the guts to say, you're not for me. So they leave it open-ended, and then you, in your situation, get screwed over because you're just waiting for somebody who has no interest in actually being with you. They just don't have the guts to end it.
It's giving you that false hope. I don't know. I'm on I would like to believe that, to be honest. For some reason, I just always look for the absolute worst case scenario in this situation, and which makes me feel like there's something that he's hiding, that he doesn't want to open up and be honest with. And it could just very well be his feelings, that he doesn't feel the same way for you the way you feel about him.
And he's very closed off, like with his feelings and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I'll tell him my feelings, but he's always been so closed off with his feelings. And it's like, if you don't want to, like, actually pursue anything with me, give me some closure, man.
Okay, here, I'll tell you something, Allie. The reason he's closed off with his feelings is that you can't chalk this up to just being a guy, okay? The reason he's closed off with his feelings is because he doesn't love you.
Okay.
It's not being closed off. It's the fact that he just he's not in love with you.
Yeah. I think he might love me as his friend.
Absolutely.
I think you already knew that.
I think I kind of did, but I was hoping that maybe I could get some kind of, like, something from him saying, listen, I just want to be friends and not in a relationship.
Because you love the guy. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then what happens? You're suddenly his best friend, and he's gonna put you in the wedding party of his wedding when he gets married to somebody that he actually loves. You want to put yourself in that position?
No, I hope not.
Or he's going to meet somebody, and you guys are going to be best friends for years, and then as soon as he meets somebody, he's going to have to lie about your relationship to that new person, and then you're never going to get invited over.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
No, it's not. Don't do that to yourself.
Move on, Allie.
No.
You're better than
I'm
this.
going to have to.
Yeah.
I know.
And you will. Come on. Have confidence. You will get through this.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to say my son loves you guys. He's currently getting dental surgery right now, but he knew I was going to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
And he absolutely loves you guys. We listen to the podcast all the time, and he asks me all the time to put it on. He just loves you guys.
You're the
Aw,
best.
you are amazing. What's your little guy's name?
Riley.
All right, yo, shout out to Riley. Thank you for listening to the Roz Mocha Show.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
If you're planning a vacation anytime soon and you have kids in your family, young kids, then you want to take advantage of Air Transat's Kids Club. It is absolutely free for your kids between the ages of 2 and 11. I know one time when you went on vacation, Roz, with your family, you took all the advantage of Air Transat's Kids Club.
Yeah, and Kids Club, it's not actually like a physical club, right? So let's just get that out of the way. It's almost like a program that you then enroll your kid in. You sign them up, and then what happens is that when you're traveling with your kid, you get the perks of having a kid in Kids Club. Like you get free seat selection for members on their round trip. When you get to the airport, there's a dedicated counter to check in for people with kids who have kids in the Kids Club. So you avoid all of that. You get the dedicated check-in counter, and you also get to like board the plane first.
Yeah.
It's just do it. It's free and it's incredible.
And then when you get on the plane, they give the kids like a little travel bag that's got like all sorts of goodies, keep them occupied throughout the flight. Stroller gate delivery service, which is huge. Plus, enter to win an exciting family vacation. You can do all of that right now and join Kids Club at airtransat.com.
Want to take a phone call?
Yes. Elizabeth, it's Roz Mocha. Congratulations.
Oh, my God. Hi.
Hi. Elizabeth graduated college last night and sent us a text.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
What course were you taking?
Child youth work at Sheridan College.
There you go.
Nice. So what are you going to do with your life now, Elizabeth?
Well, I'm going back to get a degree. So I'm going back to Humber for 2 years to get a degree.
Yeah.
And then just working my ass off.
So wait, so you just finished school and now you're going back to school?
Yeah, because I only have a diploma, right?
Oh, I gotcha. God,
that
post-secondary is such a weirdo thing, man.
I know.
Levels.
Yeah.
Levels.
All right. So are you excited or what?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Last night was amazing.
Did you get super drunk last night?
Oh, yeah.
I know, man. The college graduations. I remember when I graduated at Seneca. Man, we got turned up that night.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't graduate, so I didn't have that thing. I never got drunk at my graduation.
And I don't know if it was the same with you, Elizabeth, you and your friends, but after graduation, I don't know what it is about that night where you celebrate with all your friends and you start just turning up drinking, but you treat it as if it's the very last time you're going to be able to drink because you're now out of school and you have to find a job in the quote-unquote real world, and you won't be able to turn up like that anymore.
It's true. It's like you're leaving. I don't know. It's true.
Oh, that real world, huh? That real world. And then you realize that in that real world, there's way more booze.
That's so true. Well, Elizabeth, congratulations on graduating. Thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show, and thank you for your text today.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Take care. Bye-bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Damnit Maurie has decided to drink gravy to bring awareness to men's health.
Okay.
Okay. Again,
how that makes sense, I have no idea.
Well, I don't know. So Maurie put this on Instagram. All right, it's Canadian Men's Health Week, and I've partnered with the Don't Change Much to help spread the word on how to be healthy at work. As you know, my work is a bit out of the norm, and I need to take extra steps to make time for healthy work-life balance. So for every like this post gets, in 24 hours, I will drink 1 milliliter of gravy on the Roz Mocha show, and then you also are going to do that in push-ups as well.
There's your health.
But you decided to bring us the gravy drinking instead of the push-ups.
It seems more fun.
Okay. So in 24 hours, it got 1,621 likes.
Oh, gross.
So that translates into 1.6 liters. Now, to visualize 1.6 liters of gravy, that's like 4 cans of Coke of gravy. That's like 1 bag of milk of gravy.
Ew.
4 large cups of coffee of gravy. If the amount of gravy that Maurie is about to drink was gasoline, you could drive 14 kilometers on it.
Oh, God, that's so gross. That is disgusting.
Yeah, and we're going old school here with just a can of Franco-American. You've decided, Maurie, to go with turkey gravy.
Oh, you know, I had the choice between beef gravy, chicken gravy, or turkey gravy, and I felt turkey gravy would be the least offensive.
Sure.
Yeah, you also had the choice to not drink gravy at all.
No, I didn't anymore.
So you did this to yourself.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so Maurie, you have a giant jug in front of you.
Interestingly enough, I tried nuking this up in the microwave and it started melting the container.
Yeah, because it's plastic.
I didn't realize that would happen.
Okay. Okay, so Maurie, if you would.
Can I coat my throat with a little water?
You can do, it's your throat, man.
What you do with it, we don't care.
Okay.
All right, have at it.
Gravy's very clumpy, did you know?
Yeah, just drink the gravy, man. Do your thing, okay?
Like it's already...
We're running out of time here.
You're gross, dude.
You're not on the time limit, more. Just take as many sips as you need.
You don't have to chug it. You can...
Oh, my God.
You can take some sips.
I'm just trying to get through a clump.
Oh, my God. That is gross.
He's got like a giant jug with a handle on the side of it. Like imagine like a 2-liter bottle of Coke, but only with a big blue handle on the side of it.
Ew! Oh my God, dude! This is so gross.
How much have you drank? Put it down for a sec more.
Oh my God, that's not even like you didn't even get.
You're maybe.
That's nothing.
You're maybe,
that's a sip.
You're maybe 1 can in more.
I don't even think a full can.
No.
Okay, stop.
Okay, how is it? Explain.
It's not that bad. It's like
this gravy's delicious.
I love gravy.
Yeah,
it's quite warm.
Yeah,
and thick.
Okay. Here's what I think you should do.
I'm not tasting much salt.
Instead of sipping on it,
you want me to get a straw?
No,
they're
just take giant. Yeah, thanks for caring about the environment. Just take giant gulps.
Mocha. There are thick clumps in here.
Yeah, that's not our fault, though, More. This is your thing, man. We're just trying to be encouraging.
Can I take your suggestion of what if I just open my mouth quite wide and let it fall in?
No, my suggestion is just to take gulps. Stop making it more weird than it already is right now.
More, can I just say something? Okay,
I'm trying to drink.
No. I'm with Mocha on this. Okay, you are already drinking a giant jug of gravy.
Yeah.
At work, you don't need to make it more weird.
Yeah, chug.
Oh, there's a piece.
Ew. What is that?
What are you chewing?
Is it actual turkey in there?
Now,
like this whole big clump just fell out of my mouth and I didn't know what to do with it.
Okay.
Maurie is shaking the jug back and forth, and it looks like the gravy's not even moving.
Okay, so if you're just
like he's trying to mix cement.
No, it looks like Jell-O.
if you're just joining us right now.
Okay, just gulp it, man.
If you are just joining us, Damnit Maurie is drinking a 1.6 liter jug of Franco-American turkey gravy to bring awareness to men's health issues. Okay, as you were. As you were.
How much longer we got to do this?
It's a lot of sodium.
Yeah, a ton.
It's a lot.
An unhealthy amount of sodium, really. Oh, my, you are disgusting, dude. I can't even look at you right now. I can't look at you. Did you get sprayed with gravy?
I have gravy on me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We got to go.
okay.
More. Thank you. And
Hey, congratulations, man. You did it.
To learn more about your initiative, Maurie, where can people go to find out more?
Don'tChangeMuch.com.
Okay, there we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's either fart or gravy that I smell in here right now. It's so disgusting. And I don't want to know the answer. So I don't want to know the answer. Damn, Maurie in here drinking gravy.
I've changed my technique.
Which is?
Look, straw.
Oh, you found a straw. Is it coming through the straw okay?
Yeah.
Really?
It makes it so much easier.
Damn it, Maurie, if you're just joining us, took on an initiative to have a healthy work-life balance. And it's Men's Health Week or something like that. I don't know, but he posted a picture on Instagram and said, hey, everybody, look at me, I'm on a treadmill. It's Men's Health Week.
Is you on a treadmill? Photoshopped, obviously.
Let's all get fit. And then he goes, hey, for every like normally when people do this stuff, like for every like this picture gets, I'll donate a penny, or for every like this picture gets, I'll walk a mile, or what, who knows? But Maurie's like, man, it's Men's Health Week. For every like this picture gets, I'm going to drink a milliliter of gravy. And it got 1,600, what was it, 1,600 likes? So that's 1.6 liters of gravy.
Yeah.
We had said that if it was Maurie's drinking the amount of gravy, that if it was gasoline, you could drive 14 kilometers on it. That's the amount of gravy he's drinking right now. Yeah. And you found a straw. How is it? Getting better?
Much better.
Yeah.
Great initiative, bro.
Yeah.
So
Way to
cool.
bring awareness.
So cool.
Doing your part. They must be so happy they partnered with you.
Big time. Man, they're going to be reaching out to you every single year.
Yeah, like, hey.
It's gravy time.
When they're next year, when they're going through their list of which celebrities they want to get to jump on board, they're going to go down that list, and they're going to see Damnit Maurie's name, and they're going to be like, that guy for sure.
Do you know what other people did for these more? Do you know what did they do?
Like chin ups. Some people did.
For every like, they'll do that amount of chin ups.
Yeah, chin ups, push ups. It was all exercise. I'm like, anyone can do an exercise.
But you understand
but not everyone can drink a liter of gravy.
No, but do you understand the concept of the initiative, though?
Yeah, but
it's about defining a healthy work-life balance through life choices and exercise.
Right, I'm going to go do push-ups later.
Okay.
Yeah, if you make it till later, like that jug of gravy is gonna send you to Mount Sinai ASAP.
You're gonna start sweating soon too, man.
Yeah, and you're gonna be sweating gravy.
You're gonna be like, Matthew's gonna be so mad. You're gonna ruin the sheets. That's a lot of gravy.
But look, we're at the halfway mark.
No, you're not.
Like honestly, dude. Like if that was
that's not half.
Well, like give or take.
No,
That's
not give or take. That is not
at
half.
all.
That's maybe
not
a quarter of a
Do
jug.
you want to see me get to half?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Yeah. This is not entertaining for anybody, by the way.
Watching your mouth work that way
You
is
look like a,
disgusting.
You know when a hamster goes at like a little upside down bottle of water on the side of the cage?
That's exactly what more that's like.
Imagine that hamster just hairless and 40.
Instead of water, sucking back gravy.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Elizabeth. It's Roz Mocha.
hi.
All right, let's get through this.
So, Elizabeth, you write us this, Roz Mocha FML. A male coworker and I were on his Tinder swiping for guys for him, and I saw someone who looked familiar. I creeped his profile and found out that it's my cousin's boyfriend, which means that he's with her, but he's also looking for guys at the same time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Am I supposed to tell her? What do I do? So is there a section of Tinder that is just for guys? Like we definitely know that that's why he popped up in her Tinder? In his Tinder?
Like you can put your preference, guys or girls.
So this is an age-old question. And it's a tough one to answer.
I always say, this is for you, Elizabeth, and for everybody else. Mind your damn business.
But But it's my cousin. It's
I know.
family.
Okay, let me ask you this, Elizabeth. Do you want to get sucked into all that drama? Do you want to be involved?
No, but like, would you want to know?
Yeah. How well do you know your cousin?
We're like ish close. Like we see each other at holidays and stuff. That's the thing. Like we're not that
So
close.
twice a year.
Okay.
So mind your own damn business, Elizabeth.
So if I'm going to ask you one question right now, okay? Do you know your cousin well enough to know what she would want you to do in this situation?
I guess not. No.
Okay. That's what you have to ask yourself, because you don't know their relationship. You know, you don't know if
She could know.
she may know. You know, they may be going through some stuff. They may be trying to figure out a life together where he's into guys but still in love with her and she's still in love with him. So they've come to some sort of agreement. With stuff like this, when it comes to telling somebody or negotiating the rules of telling somebody, you have to have all the information that's available.
Elizabeth?
Yes?
Since finding this out, did you text your cousin?
No, I haven't.
Okay, not about this specifically, but like out of the blue. Hey, cuz, what's up? How
No,
are you doing?
We haven't talked. No.
Okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Because that would seem weird.
You don't
Yeah,
have
she would think something's up.
you don't have all the information. And you don't know what she would want you to do in this situation. And it is about doing the right thing, but people wind up overplaying their importance in other people's lives, meaning you see the opportunity to be a hero and save somebody from hurt feelings, but you wind up being the one who causes the hurt. So when this is all said and done, you are going to be the one that hurt them as much as the cheater did. And that, not that that's necessarily the case, but that's how this plays out. Okay.
It's worked out. Yeah.
And it's a tough position to be in. There's a part of me that sides with Mocha, where it's like, mind your own business. But if this was like, a sister, somebody that you were very close to, somebody where you hung out with them as a couple,
sure,
then all this stuff. But you don't know the information. You don't know the details. You found her guy on Tinder looking for other dudes. That's not enough.
Yeah.
That's not enough information,
Especially for somebody who you see like maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You don't.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to be the hero.
So let it be.
I'm gonna go with Mocha on this one and say, mind your own business. Now the question is, did your coworker try and hook up with him?
He swiped, but he hasn't swiped back yet.
Wait, swipe to see if your cousin boyfriend would interact with him, or like is he like really interested? Are you trying to is this entrapment here?
Yeah.
It
kind
is.
of.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't start sending the guy messages, through your coworker and all this stuff. Don't start don't build a case.
He's very cute though. So.
Yeah, but don't build a case.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is that how long has your cousin been together with this guy?
Only a few months.
Okay, so is there a chance that maybe this profile was up there before they got together and he hasn't done anything with it since?
Maybe.
Yeah, you don't have the information.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't be a hero with absolutely no info. Let it go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Elizabeth.
Bye, love you guys.
All right, love you too.
Bye-bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life, only on Kiss.
You got super drunk this weekend?
Yeah.
Maury, good
Off
morning,
of one
Maury.
drink?
No.
What, two?
No.
No. Where did you go?
We went to Niagara on the Lake. We went to Niagara on the Lake just to hang out at one of our favorite wineries, Two Sisters Wineries, because why not? Just to relax.
Are you that you're that couple that just you go to you have a favorite winery?
Of course.
I love that place. You know what? I like that place.
You have a favorite winery too?
Not
Who
favorite,
the hell am
but-
I working with?
Listen, my wife and I have gone there. They have great pasta.
You suddenly work
and
with
pizza.
winery guys?
Yeah, dude.
Have you had the rosé? I had 10 glasses on Saturday.
You're such a liar.
You're such a
Why do you
liar.
lie?
No, I can count down literally glass per glass.
So you can count to 10.
Guess what? Guess who else knows how to count to 10?
Yeah.
My 2-year-old.
Yeah, congratulations.
and he learned that last month.
Okay, break it down. Break it down.
So we went on the wine tour to begin with.
Okay.
And the
On
funny-
bicycles? What are you doing?
No, you walk around into the barrel room and
Have
stuff.
you done this before?
Yeah, so I'm the guy that's on the tour that answers the questions before he's even finished asking them. So I'm telling the tour guide,
you're that douche.
yeah, I am. Because I wanted everyone to think, to know, that guy knows everything about this winery. So
What were you saying? What did you say to him?
I'm like, hey, so tell me why their wine is called the 11th Post. Is it because the first batch of wine was from the 11th Post itself? He's like, yes, I was getting to that.
How many other people were on the tour?
There was 10 people. and then I'm like,
you're that guy that everyone talks about afterwards too.
Didn't Ryan Seacrest have dinner here? He's like, yeah, I was going to show you the table.
So great. Okay, so go through the 10 glasses.
Rosé started the tour.
What time of day is that?
This was at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock? You had your first glass?
Yeah,
That's
4
late,
o'clock.
bro.
Rosé.
I've already been drunk twice and napped 3 times by 4 o'clock.
I caught up fast. I caught up to you fast. So rosé, then we had a red inside the barrel room, a Merlot.
Yeah.
Then we went upstairs and had a glass of ice wine. Then we had another glass of rosé at the end of the tour. Then I had a coupon for a free flight, which is what they call the tasting. So then I went into the wine tasting room and got another glass of ice wine.
Yeah.
Then we had 3 glasses of rosé while sitting on patio chairs looking at the vineyard. Then I had a glass with dinner, ended it with another glass of ice wine. 10.
Yeah, but those glasses, I would argue that it was like actually 10. Because when you're on the tour, they don't pour like a typical full glass of wine. They give you like a little something just to sip on.
Oh.
So it's not a full glass.
It's in a glass. Like, it's not a sampling glass. It's in a glass.
Hold on. Now, how much wine was in that glass?
It was like up to, I guess, the beginning of the crest.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maury,
I would
stop
argue that.
trying. Okay, I need you to. Okay. This is going to say. I need you to stop trying to. I don't know how to say this.
No, I think you should be honest with your feelings and just say what you want to say.
I don't know, but I don't know how to say this. I need you to be literal, don't try and sound smart.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Like, how much wine is in that glass?
I'd say up to the second knuckle on your finger.
So you had a knuckle's worth of wine.
Okay, yeah.
So you had 10 knuckles worth of wine. Okay.
I had 10 knuckles.
You know, everybody listening right now, they're all looking at their fingers, right?
Exactly. That's going to be the name of my winery, Maury. 10 Knuckles Wine.
What does it say, though, when you stand up?
Yo, trademark that right now.
Yeah, 10 Knuckles Wine.
Yeah, but I
No
stood up to
problem.
leave, and I forgot my glasses on the table and had to stumble back. That's drunk.
Well, I'm not saying you didn't get drunk.
No, that's just you can't see.
Yeah.
No, I didn't need my glasses. I couldn't see with or without them.
But it was a lovely weekend, though.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cadillac Lounge is closing.
Oh, man. I love that place.
I thought it did close.
No, they were supposed to, and then he kept it open for another year.
This is the one on King with the big car out front. No, on Queen, right?
Yeah, on Queen, down in Parkdale. I used to go there with my kid. And so it's finally closing. So it was like supposed to close, and then they kept it open, but now they're saying that it's officially done. You and Matthew should open that, Maury, and call it the Yaris Lounge.
Yeah, cut your Yaris in half, put that up.
Yeah, because it's got the big Cadillac above the door. Why don't you and Matthew open the Yaris Lounge, where anytime somebody orders a beer, Matthew can accuse them of being an alcoholic and send them on their way.
Excuse me, sir, can I order 2 beers, please? I'm calling the cops.
There could be a sign in the bathroom that says 1 pump of soap only.
Yeah. No.
No selfies with the art?
No. Matthew wouldn't allow them to use the bathroom at all. Much like the condo at home, Maury's not allowed to use the master ensuite. So inside the Yaris Club, Matthew wouldn't allow anybody to use the bathroom and then accuse them of being a disgusting pig. Excuse me, sir, can you tell me where the restroom is? Ew, you disgusting pig.
Somebody would be like, can I get ketchup with these fries? Ketchup stains. Do you wash the napkins around here? No, I do. Good. Eat ketchup at home then.
My God, I got chills. I'm at home.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You want to talk to the guy who defaced my street sign in Acton?
Oh, no.
So I had years ago a street. They named a street after me because that's what happens when you grow up in a small town and then you go on to become a really big deal.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Uh-huh. I didn't ask for it, Maury. There's a difference. Okay? Begging, asking, lobbying, whatever. I just took what was rightfully mine. and it was a wonderful ceremony, and the mayor was there and everything else.
No, there's a parade.
There was a parade.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And it is if you don't know the story, in Acton where I grew up, it's a small town. I love it dearly. I love the people, and I am who I am today because of growing up in that town, and I owe them a lot.
When was the last time you went back?
A while ago. Yeah, but I think about it often, though. I really do. And so the street that they named after me was not like the main drag or anything like that. It was the alley behind the beer store in Tim Hortons.
Right.
Where like they do deliveries and stuff. Where as a kid, you would go an underage drink there. So I was honored to be given that. And then somebody posted a shot yesterday on Instagram where they had defaced it, my street sign.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What do they do?
Well, Nazim's on the phone right now. He's the one that sent me the picture and defaced my street sign.
Hi, Nazim. It's Roz Mocha.
Hey.
What'd you do to my sign yesterday? What'd you do? Tell the people what you did.
What I did is I written down Smooth Cool Dude Way and just stuck it under your Roz Weston Lane.
Right.
All the way in Acton.
Thank you. So my street sign reads Roz Weston Lane. And this this jabroni took a piece of paper and wrote Smooth Cool Dude Way and taped it to it.
Oh, so he didn't like really deface it. It's not like he crossed out any of the letters on the actual sign.
There's not much difference.
I'm just trying to make you feel better, bro.
There's not much.
It was a piece of tape holding it up. You can just take the sign down.
No, I left with the piece of tape.
Yeah, he left. Yeah. Jerk. Do you live in Acton, or how far did you drive to go and do this?
No, I started doing this like about 8 months ago.
You started planning this 8 months ago?
Yeah.
What is this, Ocean's 11?
It's like a bank heist.
No, I like was in my niece's house in the basement. Didn't really have much to do, so I listened to the podcast.
Yeah.
And I keep remembering how you, Roz, has a sign.
Yeah.
And how you doesn't like to be called Smooth Cool Dude.
Oh yeah. I get how trolling works, man. You don't have to explain that part to me.
So you trolled Roz by writing Smooth Cool. What was it? Smooth Cool Dude Way.
Yeah, Smooth Cool Dude Way. Yeah.
On a piece of paper, and you put that under the actual sign that reads Roz Weston Lane in Acton.
Yeah, I was supposed to put it like over the sign, but I wasn't really short, so I couldn't reach. So I was like, you know what? Put it right there.
I can tell by your voice you're really short, by the way.
Oh wow, damn. Next time, just bring a ladder, bro. Well, a lot of planning went into that. 8 months.
You could have, like, honestly, no, 11 months. You could have planned to have a child and actually had a child in the time it took you to plan to deface my street sign.
That's so true.
I was like, yesterday, this is the best time I have.
The best time, huh?
I can do this. Let's go. I drove to Acton. I went to the dollar store.
Wow. Well, at least you contributed to the local economy, bro. Thank you. Thank you.
Putting money back into that community.
Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Well, two things. One, Acton is a very small town. Oh, my God.
What did you, like, when I consistently say that I grew up in a very small town called Acton, do you think I was lying?
Also, second, Acton people are really good looking. I mean, I see, like, the guy who's subbed in the water.
Yeah. Tell me about
all these would be amazing.
Yeah, Acton people are gorgeous.
All right, well,
I know it's incredible to think of like how many. It's almost like it's an experiment when you go to Acton because it's such a small place with so many good-looking people.
Okay. Nazim, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Later.
Yeah.
You're a smooth, cool dude.
Shut up.
And now there is a road named after you.
Just stop it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kyle Lowry. Did you see that clip with Kyle Lowry talking to that kid?
Oh, man. I like that a lot.
So there was a press conference, and this let this kid reporter ask a question who's real great. And he asked about like being like a role model and an inspiration and stuff. And Kyle Lowry's answer was just the best. It's just a fantastic moment, man.
Mr. Lowry, how does it feel to be an icon all over Canada with kids?
That's a crazy question. I ain't never been asked that one. I put it this way, man. I was once a kid. I was once in your shoes. And to be able to know kids one day will want to be like me, I hold myself to a super high standard. And I want kids and I want you to see a man that's, really professional, really about his business, but at the same time, he's still fun and loving at everything else.
Dominic, last
Crazy question right there, boy. You can't beat that question. You can't beat that question. You can try, but you can't beat that question.
Oh, man, that's so nice. That's real nice, man.
I love it.
I bet he wasn't expecting that.
And what were you saying, that Kawhi didn't buy a house in Toronto? Was that the...
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's audio from the press conference. There's no audio, Maury?
There's no.
Oh, but I saw this tweet from Michael Grange.
Because that was the big thing last week, is that the story came out that Kawhi had bought a house in Toronto, and so everybody's like, oh my God, Kawhi's staying. But then you this morning said that they asked him about it.
Yeah, Michael Grange from Sportsnet tweeted this out yesterday. Question, have you bought property in Toronto? Did it happen? Answer from Kawhi. No, it didn't. It didn't happen yet.
Oh, yet.
So, like, what? He's waiting for the deal to close?
Well, that could be it. Like,
right?
Maybe he put an offer in on a
because
place. Because
Kawhi is very, almost like literal when he...
Yes.
When he speaks, right?
Yeah.
And he's just very low-key.
Interesting.
Like, maybe the house didn't close?
And the only word that matters in that entire answer is yet.
Yeah, it didn't happen yet.
What do you have there, Maury? You have it? Oh, you found it. Oh, okay.
This week that you had purchased property in the city. I'm just curious if you wanted to clarify if in fact that actually occurred.
No, it didn't. It didn't happen yet, no.
And just one follow-up for the game tonight.
Okay. No, it didn't. It didn't happen yet. I haven't heard back from my real estate agent to see if it's closed or not.
Yeah, see, that's
it didn't happen yet. The deposit didn't go through.
Yeah, interesting.
Waiting for the bank to hit send.
But you think that he's like one of those, he doesn't have to deal with all that stuff. He's got people that do that.
It didn't happen yet. I still have to sign a couple more papers.
But it wouldn't surprise me. Kawhi is the type of guy who, like, he's not having people send this, take care of this stuff.
No, it didn't happen yet. I'm still waiting for the home inspection.
First of all, if you think you're getting a home inspection in Toronto, you're out to lunch, man. Nobody does home inspections anymore. You buy we're an as-is city, Holmes.
Okay, listen. For somebody like Kawhi Leonard, who's so low-key, right? And he's not about the flashy.
Yeah.
And he's just very to himself.
Yeah.
For all we know, he still drives around in the 97 Tahoe that's been reported.
Yeah. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, he owns a 97 Tahoe.
What does he drive around Toronto? Has anybody seen what Kawhi drives around Toronto? Or does he even drive around Toronto?
I bet you it's a 97 Tahoe.
Yeah. So great. I got to go down to the Performance Center one day more. Like today. Yeah, where they practice.
At the OVO.
Down by the
Athletic
X.
Center. Do you think Kawhi Leonard would be the type of person that shows up to his own home inspection?
Of course.
Like he would, right?
Hell yes.
And he'd sit there for the 2 hours or whatever, and he'd ask questions. And he'd be like my dad, who would follow the home inspector around.
Yeah.
I'm like when the home inspector's outside on the ladder, up on the ladder, on the roof.
No, first of all, nobody does home inspections anymore.
He's like at the bottom,
they
holding
don't
the
exist
ladder.
anymore. They don't exist
Everything
anymore.
good up there?
No, they don't.
I gotta change any shingles?
No, Kawhi Leonard is not trying to knock $2,500 off the price of a house because of the eaves in the back. Okay.
How's the furnace look? I don't know. I gotta replace that furnace.
No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not happening. It's okay. It's like Kawhi is not. It's not an episode of like an HGTV show. Kawhi's not walking in, not buying the house because he doesn't like the shower curtain rod, right? Like the man's got money.
I know, but still,
I want to know what's a place look like that he bought in California. Does he buy big giant houses? I imagine he does. You have to with that money.
I hope not.
To.
I hope it's like a real tiny bungalow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in East York?
Yeah. I can imagine Kawhi living in a super small bungalow.
Your neighbor, like one of those wartime houses, like the little tiny square ones, like Don Mills South, right?
We love you, Kawhi!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't know. Do I got to yell or do I got to be quiet?
I know that this is such a weird thing. I don't know how to introduce this.
Normally, when we welcome a guest to the Roz and Mocha Show, we're like, hey, Angelina, a.k.a. ALB in Whisperland is here. But
I don't know if you should do that.
We're talking ASMR now.
Okay, so good morning, Angelina.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I feel like, again, I'm just like you. Like, I don't know how to Do people tend to whisper around you?
Not in my everyday life.
Oh, okay. How would you like to be introed? Because Mocha normally does a big giant intro for people, but we can do it quiet if you want us to.
If there is an option to do a sort of just chill, sort of like NPR intro,
sure,
just so that it doesn't sound jarring when we are doing the ASMR.
We can do that.
Oh, so it's Roz Mocha, and we welcome Angelina, aka ALB in Whisperland.
I would love to hear you both do ASMR one day.
This feels weird.
Yeah, no, it does, but I kind of like it.
Okay.
So first of all, you're here. You're here for a movie. So Reese the movie is about Reese peanut butter cups. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
And you guys are like ASMRing your way through Reese peanut butter cups?
Yeah, so we are creating ASMR all about the Reese ritual, which is basically like anytime you eat a Reese like package of Reese cups, you probably have a way that you open it and like your own way of doing it without even realizing it.
Right.
So we're kind of slowing down that moment and really catching all of the like intimate minutia of like peeling the package open and how you might take them out and like the really crinkly paper that's around the chocolate and like really focusing on all of the sounds that each of those moments make.
Because when you talk about rituals, there's no more larger ritual sort of world than you get with the sports fan. They're all ritual all the time. People order the same food on game day. Yeah. They do all their things. They have everything all lined up.
Yeah.
And as you know, tonight is a very stressful night for people.
It's very stressful.
So we thought that maybe Angelina could come in here and put us all in a state through ASMR, which is what you do so well, and maybe pump people up in a way that they've never been pumped up before without the volume, without what you normally get when you're going to an arena.
Sort of relaxed pump up.
Before we get into this, for anybody listening right now, Angelina, can you explain what ASMR is?
For sure. So ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, but in layman's terms, or how I normally describe it to people, it's kind of like sleep meditation videos. ASMR creators, or ASMR artists, as we call ourselves, we usually whisper or speak in soft, kind of consistent tones, and sometimes there's a visual element that's important. But the key and point of ASMR videos are to relax the viewer. You can trust when you're watching an ASMR video that there isn't going to be a sudden scream or like jump, which is why people like to fall asleep watching them.
I would suck at ASMR, by the way. All right, so you have in front of you, because it is game day, a Toronto Raptors logoed basketball.
Yep.
And you have these fantastic fingernails too. And so you're tapping your fingernails on a Raptors basketball.
Yeah, there's all these little ridges on the basketball that make really interesting noises when you touch them. And maybe this is lucky. Maybe this can be part of our Raptors superstition or ritual, getting ready for the game.
I actually really like that. Do you like that?
Yeah, I'm going to close my eyes for a second.
Okay, so Angelina, why don't you just sort of take over and say whatever you want to say. The show's yours. The audience is yours. Everybody's listening. Go right ahead.
Well, tonight is Game 5, and we're at Scotiabank Arena on our home turf. It's exciting and it's stressful, so let's take a minute to relax with some ASMR. I think that basketball and ASMR are a great combination because there are so many great phrases like swish, get in the paint, buckets, buckets, buckets. So long, dear friend. That last one was for Fred VanVleet's tooth.
That's a good one.
Here are some positive affirmations for Raptors fans because I think we really need them tonight. Don't worry about the mess. Serge Ibaka is going to get that garbage out of here. Kawhi Leonard has shot so many three-pointers that the scoreboard actually broke. Yeah, it's computerized now, but it still broke somehow. That's how good he is. Pascal Siakam is going to snatch all of your negative thoughts away, out of the air before you can touch them. And no matter what happens, Superfan Nav thinks you're amazing. The Raptors brought all of Canada together, and no matter what happens, we have a lot to be proud of.
Wow. You are amazing. That was so great.
I really love the sounds that the basketball makes.
Angelina, a.k.a. ALB in Whisperland. How do people find you on social or on your YouTube channel?
So on YouTube, I'm ALB in Whisperland, and on Instagram and Twitter and all that, I'm ALB in Wonderland.
Wow.
All right, there we
you
go. Angelina, thank you very much. And again, this is for...
the Reese movie right now. A movie about Reese is streaming on Crave TV, and you can go and check it out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelina. Go Raptors, go!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I saw a video of Maury reacting to hey, who had those big giant heads at the thing last night that I saw on TV? Oh. Everybody was yelling at me. They have like the big giant head. Like, you know what? Like, because I see them all the time, like Drake and Kawhi Leonard and all that stuff. They did
Superfan
giant, Superman, yeah, exactly. They did big giant Roz Mocha heads. And then, I
don't know.
And I saw them on Sportsnet.
Yeah, during Tim and Sid's show. The big heads. The Roz Mocha big heads kept popping up.
Yeah. And then
I don't know. I think like just a super fan of the Roz Mocha show had them made.
Wasn't it Maury? Yeah, it was Maury.
I was more super fan of the show.
No,
Damn
it was Maury. Exactly. How was the rest of your birthday, Maur? It ended like hell though, huh?
It was your birthday? I couldn't tell.
Oh God, stop it. I can't do this today, dude. Honestly.
I had no idea.
Honestly, stop. I can't do this. Honestly.
What?
I can't, not today.
Okay.
How was the rest of your birthday?
Oh, it was my birthday yesterday?
Oh, shut up. Never mind. Get out then. Get out. I can't.
I was just
obviously nobody wants to have a conversation.
No, what?
Nobody wants to have a No, it's not joking around. It's not joking around.
It was fabulous. Thanks for asking.
Okay. I heard a devastating piece of audio of Maury counting down the last seconds of the Raptors game last night. And I think that it was everybody's sort of reaction.
Yeah.
Because you were there, you were like right in the middle of it last night at Jurassic Park.
I was right next to where they were loading up the machine with all of the confetti.
Okay, so you were right there, ready to get just showered in like confetti and love. You like the crowd where you were. If they won last night, there's a chance the crowd would have picked you up and surfed you across all the way down to the dome.
Oh, that would have been fabulous.
Okay, yeah.
7 seconds left in the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh no.
Hey, I have a question. So the Larry...
Oh no.
Inside of Scotiabank Arena last night, the not Larry David, imagine, the Larry O'Brien trophy was there, but they also had like...
It's a weird name, huh? Who knew?
Well, I mean, everybody.
Nobody knows the Larry. It's called the Larry O'Brien.
I had no idea until this year.
Oh no.
So what do they do with all the champagne that they had sitting on ice? Like, do they keep that champagne, transfer it all over to Oakland, and then re-ice it again?
No,
because that champagne would go bad.
They like in the locker room, like would they've had plastic all over the room ready to go?
Yeah, and then they quickly take it down.
They have to take it down before the players get back to the dressing room.
Yeah.
Like they had a team inside of the Toronto Raptors locker room.
Yeah.
For a case like last night where they're watching the final seconds and like a full team. I'm not talking like one person. They have like multiple people in there that once that clock hit 0 and the Raptors lost, plastic came down, got the champagne out of there.
They have a whole plan.
Could you imagine being the one guy who forgot a little piece of plastic on like one little tiny piece of tape that's still hanging from the ceiling?
Right when the players walk in, he's standing there at the door, he looks up, and like all the players are already inside. They haven't noticed. He looks up and he's like,
oh
no. Also, I'll just say this, and I know they lost last night, but if there's anything positive, is that I realized it last night that I would love nothing more in this world than to play Twister with Pascal Siakam. Because I think he'd be awesome at it.
Are you kidding me? He'd win every single time.
Oh no.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
We ever find out if Justin Bieber's account on his Twitter account got hacked and why he was challenging Tom Cruise anymore?
No, but Tom Cruise chimed in. I didn't even think that Tom Cruise had Twitter.
I'm sure somebody like told him the story though. He's got ears.
Yeah. So hold on here. Where is it?
So if you didn't know, Justin Bieber took to Twitter and for some reason like 2 nights ago, challenged Tom Cruise, who's like 31 years older than him, to a fight. And he like tagged UFC and was asking Dana White if they would host a fight. And then Conor McGregor saw that and said, if you guys are serious about this, my sports and entertainment team would gladly host a Justin Bieber-Tom Cruise fight. And everyone's like scratching their heads. Like, what's the beef between Justin Bieber and Tom Cruise?
Yeah, nobody knows. Somebody sent me a screen grab yesterday, but I don't know if it's true of Tom Cruise responding, so I don't want to say it because it's definitely not on his Twitter anymore.
On Tom Cruise?
Yeah. Where they were saying that to me, the response was just Tom Cruise correcting Justin Bieber's grammar. But I don't know if that was actually true, though.
Because he used the word your instead of your.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not there anymore, so I don't know. I don't
believe it.
The screenshot was going around. Can you find out, Maury, if he sent that and then deleted it, please?
I don't think that Tom Cruise has any time whatsoever for Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, where this would come from. Like, oftentimes these things are orchestrated between two celebrities, right? Where they have something coming up, and then, because Justin Bieber's done this kind of stuff before, where they have something coming up, and then they do this kind of dance online and gets everybody talking, and then it's some sort of charity thing that has nothing to do with fighting, but it's going to be about who can raise more money or whatever it is.
Sure.
We're not going to do it in the octagon, but we'll do it with our fans and see who can raise more money. Who knows? This kind of stuff does happen. But the idea that maybe for some weird reason, Justin Bieber does want to fight somebody who's 56 and a movie star.
I can't see that happening. Come on, Beebs.
Then why? And that's the question. Then why? And the people that I talked to yesterday, when I was just reading a lot of the reaction, was their heads went where my heads went, which is like, it has to have something to do with religion. Like, it has to.
Yeah.
Because Tom Cruise is like a super high up Scientologist, and Justin Bieber is out there at that church that he goes to that's a bit controversial as well. And like it has to be, right?
It's a battle of the religions?
I don't know. Like, it has to be Isn't that how like wars throughout history have been waged, though?
It's still happening now.
With a religion? Yeah. It shouldn't be shocking to people that somebody wants to fight over religion. And I don't know if that's the case, but what else could it possibly be? What other reason would Justin Bieber have to want to fight Tom Cruise? Like, what could it be? I've thought 24 hours about this, and I can't think of anything.
Or like he legit just thinks he could beat up Tom Cruise.
Who's 56 older than who's how old's was it? What's an age difference? Like 31 years or something like that?
Yeah.
That would be like me.
What, picking a fight with Morgan Freeman?
No, with like a 65-year-old.
Like James Earl Jones.
Sorry, a 75-year-old. No, that would be like me picking a fight with God, who's around that? Donald Trump's around that age. I could whoop his ass. Who else?
What about Elton John?
I could whoop Elton John's ass, no problem, too. Samuel L. Jackson would whoop my ass.
Yeah. Bad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So I guess Bieber was joking, he said, when he challenged Tom Cruise to a fight.
Yeah, right.
So he's walking out of, I don't even know where he's walking out of yesterday, but he got into the back of like a giant van, and there was a bunch of paparazzi there. And they start asking him about it, and Bieber's like, no, man, I was just like, I was just being funny.
It was just a random tweet. I do that stuff sometimes.
I can't even understand what he's saying.
But you got to listen to these paparazzi, though, guys. It's so funny.
I think he probably get my right.
If he accepts, would you do it?
I'd have to get in shape. Probably be out of my weight class.
Okay.
He's got that dad strength.
These paparazzi guys are nuts. It's like they'll ask
next level.
They'll ask somebody a question. No, it's funny, right? Like, here, you try and just give normal answers, okay? And I'll be like these paparazzi guys that are trying to get something out of you.
Okay.
This is how they are. So anyway, Bieber's not going to fight Tom Cruise. So the paparazzi's like, Yo Mocha, where you going?
I'm just
you going home to see your lady?
No, I'm going.
Yeah, how was work today?
It was good. I had a real good time.
Yeah, it's cold though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold. How cold do you think it is?
I don't know, like...
Do you think it's colder than last week?
If I can...
Were you here last week?
I was here, yes.
I thought you were gone last week, man.
No, I was here.
Oh,
the
you
week
were
before
here.
was when I was gone.
Oh, where were you that week?
That week I went to Vegas.
Is it nice to be home then?
Yeah, it's great to be home.
Okay,
yeah.
cool,
Vegas
man. You
was
look
real.
good.
Oh, thanks,
okay,
man.
we'll see ya.
Okay,
That's how they interview people. Like, they don't even give them, like, a chance to answer a bloody question.
So the point is, Justin Bieber is not going to fight.
No, he said that he was
Tom
watching
Cruise.
an interview with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And that Tom Cruise was on his mind, and then he just decided to tweet, challenge him to a fight. And then when these paparazzi guys were talking to him, he said that Tom Cruise probably has that dad strength, and that he would need to train more.
He has that Tom Cruise strength.
Yeah, exactly. He's a superhero, right?
It's not dad strength.
No.
It's Tom Cruise strength.
Anyway, so it's not going to happen, unfortunately.
Oh, darn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, people have been talking about Keanu Reeves for the past 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Like crazy. He's in Always Be My Maybe. Probably had a couple of the best scenes in that movie. Hilarious. That's on Netflix.
And like John Wick 3 dropped not that long ago.
John Wick 3. People love that series. And when you go to YouTube, the number one trending video right now, it's got 7.3 million views. And it dropped yesterday. Is for a video game called Cyberpunk 2077. Because the E3 video game conference is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when all the big companies drop the trailers for their games. And in the last 10 seconds, you hear a familiar voice of the trailer, and it's Keanu Reeves. And the camera kind of pans up, and you see it's Keanu as a character. So there's a lot of people talking about Keanu Reeves. That people on Twitter started, for some reason, doing like Keanu Reeves puns on his last name. And like for every one that somebody tweets, people will just try to one-up each other. For example, Keanu Reeves as a gardener equals Keanu leaves.
Oh, God.
Keanu goes to Barnes & Noble. Keanu reads. Keanu Reeves as a Jerry curl. Keanu Grease.
What time of day were these sent? Because if it was between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., every single one of these fools should be fired from their job.
Keanu Reeves catches a pass from the quarterback. Keanu receives.
All these people should be fired.
Baby Keanu is crying. Keanu teethes. Ah, I almost made you laugh with that one.
No,
Almost got
I'm
you.
not. I find none of this funny.
Keanu Reeves rewatches Matrix Revolutions and regrets his role making it. Keanu grieves.
God.
Keanu Reeves is very mad. Keanu seethes.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is a pickpocket. Keanu thieves.
This is the worst, man. This is what the internet did yesterday.
Keanu Reeves is a high-end hairstylist. Keanu weaves.
This is what people did on the internet yesterday.
Keanu Reeves defeated. Keanu concedes.
It's not funny. This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
There are people listening right now, and they're loving this.
No, they're not.
They're laughing.
Nobody is laughing at this.
Yeah, they are. I'm telling you right now.
No.
I'm telling you right now.
No. Okay, keep going.
I have just one more.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves,
Thank God.
all knowledgeable.
Sorry, Keanu Reeves.
All knowledgeable.
Go ahead.
Keanu expertise.
It's not funny, man.
Huh?
It's not funny. No, it's not funny.
Expertise.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yesterday on Twitter, it was Keanu Reeves puns that started trending. Keanu Reeves makes an appearance in the Netflix movie Always Be My Maybe. Very funny. He was trending because he appeared in the trailer for a new video game that debuted at E3 earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And people were making a game out of just playing off his name.
He's also Duke Kaboom in the new Toy Story.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Keanu Reeves as a gardener equals Keanu leaves.
Oh, God, these are not funny, man.
Keanu Reeves is very mad. Keanu seethes.
Stop.
Keanu Reeves is a butcher. Keanu cleaves. So yesterday, people started taking Vin Diesel's name and making puns.
Okay, go.
Vin Diesel loses a lot of weight. Finn Diesel.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Genius.
Vin Diesel wraps himself in foil. Tin Diesel.
Stop it. This hurts, man.
Vin Diesel as a government spokesperson. Spin Diesel.
Yeah, that's great.
Vin Diesel has too much to drink. Gin Diesel. I know you love these.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel drops out of Catholic school. Sin Diesel.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Vin Diesel leaves his inheritance to his child. Next of kin, Diesel. Vin Diesel hits the lottery.
Yeah. Win Diesel?
You got it.
Thank you.
Vin Diesel helping fish swim.
Finn Diesel?
You got it.
Who helps fish swim? Like now you're making up nonsense to justify a rhyme, right?
Vin Diesel does. Vin Diesel lost in a haystack. What do you think?
I don't know.
Pin Diesel.
Who says? What's that have to do with anything?
Well, you know, like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
So a pin.
But that's not a needle.
Listen, man, they're just trying to make it work. What are you going to say, Needle Diesel?
Write that one. Write that one down.
Vin Diesel loses an arm. Limb Diesel.
Wow.
Vin Diesel feeling sad.
Yeah.
Grim Diesel.
Thank you.
Yes, Damnit Maurie.
And just like a French film, when this is done, it's Finn Diesel.
Yeah. That was the swimming with fish one, though.
No, but this is Fin.
So is that one.
So is that one.
Oh, but this is like when you watch the French movie, it ends with Finn.
Listen, if you're gonna get in on this more, you got to do ones that we haven't done.
I was trying to end the whole thing,
but we already had that one.
I'll end it with
spelled
this.
different.
No.
Vin Diesel collects waste around the townships. Bin Diesel.
Okay.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Jason, how you doing, man?
Not bad. Yourself?
Good. It's Roz and Mocha. Welcome to Fix My Life.
So, Jason, you wrote us this, Roz and Mocha FML. I'm trying to get back on track with debt. I had to quit school because of bills, and then my car broke down, so now I'm down to one vehicle, and I still had 3 years to pay it off. I don't have the income to get a second car and have to rely on a coworker to get to work every day. I have 5 kids, and I'm doing what I can to make ends meet. How old are you?
I am turning 35.
Are you married? You in a relationship right now? You got a girlfriend?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay.
I'm married.
Is your wife working as well?
Yes, she's a dental assistant, so she just got out of college and she's starting.
How much debt do you have?
At least in the 20s, 20, almost 30s.
That's okay. You can pay that off.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So your situation is what? You don't know how to get your financials in order, or you're sort of...
It's just been tough because I'm relying on someone else to bring me into work. Sometimes he just doesn't show up.
Oh,
So,
what do you do for a living?
landscaping.
So that's up to you. It's up to you to get yourself to work, man.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
I know.
and that's just it's just a thing. Like you can't not go to work one day because your buddy was sick and he couldn't drive you. Like you got to get yourself to work, and that financial burden of getting yourself to work should be into your budget, right?
Yeah.
So you need to figure that part out. But 20 grand is a manageable debt. Now, is it all one debt, or is it multiple debts that equal 20 grand? It's multiple.
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, how often are you and your wife sitting around talking about money?
Not that often.
Yeah, you need to.
You should. Now, when you say you're in debt 20 grand, is that you individually or as a family?
Yeah.
Together. Yeah.
Well, we talked to somebody last week who had just gotten into a situation where she moved in with her boyfriend for the very first time. And they were figuring things out, money obviously being one of them. And the one thing that Roz and I have always said is, and I don't know if you've done this with your wife yet, Jason, or not, but you sit down at your computer, you create a spreadsheet, and
we have.
And you
Yeah,
figure
we've done
out
that.
exactly where your money is going, bills, entertainment, like everything, and see how you're able to scale back. So you've done that already.
Yeah, I've done that. Like I said, I quit college because I was taking business management, so I had to, and I know all ins and outs for penny pushing. Everything I had saved had to go to my oldest daughter's mom that passed away. So, yeah, I helped with the funeral costs and whatnot.
Why do you have 5 kids?
Because I love a big family. I always have.
But with a big family comes big bills, right?
More income, yes.
Okay. And, if you're not financially able to sort of live the life you want to live, where you want to live it with that big family, you got to move.
So we have. I moved out of Brampton. It was a lot more expensive out there, and I'm actually out in Hamilton now to save.
Okay.
So,
okay. Now, when you guys sit down to go through all your financials, how much have you, when you realize where your money is going, how much have you then cut back on?
We cut back on all the entertainment pretty much because we barely do anything unless we're just going to visit family.
Yeah.
Like internet only. So we cut back on cell phone bills to minimum plans where it was affordable.
So you got to figure out your sort of plan of action to pay down the bills. Now, some people prefer to pay down the smallest bill first.
Yeah.
Some people prefer to pay down the bill that has the highest interest rate first. Okay. Yeah. Whatever you choose to do is sort of that's your business. When I was in this situation, I paid down the smallest bill first because I needed the sense of accomplishment.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I needed to be able to say that's 1 down, 3 to go.
Yep.
And
whereas
that's
I did the opposite.
Yeah.
I went after the bill that had the highest interest rate and put more money than I should. More money that I would have normally to pay off that bill before any of the smaller ones.
So after you guys sat down with your financials and you figured everything else out, how long is it going to take you to pay this down?
3 to 4 years.
There's nothing wrong with that,
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude, that's great.
You got 5 kids. You're 35 years old. Okay,
That's
you got a
right.
buddy driving you to work. If you can be debt free by living lean in 3 to 5 years, you're good.
Yeah.
You're
It's
good.
just stressful, man.
It's
Of course it is. But you know what,
Jason?
Jason, you seem to have already taken the steps, taken the action, and you have the tools in front of you. You know what you got to do. You got to figure it out. You're on the right path, man. Like, just don't give up. Don't stress about it. But I agree with Roz. You got to figure out your transportation situation and get your ass to work every single day.
Oh, I know.
God, man, 5 kids. You need a win. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
figure
I need to catch a little
I
break.
hear you.
That's
So
all it is.
I will say this: go through everything right now and figure out where you can get a win. Figure out where you can get a quick win. Which one you can destroy fast. Okay, and you need to start crossing stuff off your list. So sit down again, go through the numbers, and figure out what one you guys can kill first.
All right.
Then after that, rethink everything and figure out what the most logical one is to do next. But the first one should be the easiest one for you guys because you need a win.
All right.
Yeah, but dude, living lean for 3 to 4 years with 5 kids, that is nothing,
That's
man.
easy.
That's nothing.
Yeah, you got this, Jason. Don't worry. You're on the right path. You got this.
All right, man.
Okay,
All right,
bro.
Take care, man. Thanks for reaching out.
Take care.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
Oh my God, Forky is here. Forky is here. I'm so excited. Tony Hale, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm very well. You guys have a cool color palette in here. It's just
thanks,
everything's
man.
good
Good
vibe
vibe,
and
huh?
welcoming. Nice.
You're used to this now, though, after all the voice stuff for this, huh? Microphones and headphones.
I know. Well, it's funny because like doing animation, you can as a comic actor, you kind of used to nonverbal, like using your physicality, and like animation, it's all about the microphone. It's all about the microphone.
How, if you could think about it, how many hours were you actually in the voice booth doing Forky's voice for Toy Story 4? By the way, Toy Story 4 in theaters June 21st.
Yeah, thanks. Good plug. Good plug. How many hours? I went up to like they brought me up to Pixar up in Oakland, and it was like that place is just a creative wonderland. So I was there maybe 4 or 5 times, kind of going up and recording.
Yeah. The pressure on this, because I know a lot of people can't wait to see it, but a lot of the audience is not skeptical. I don't want to say apprehensive, but 3 ended perfectly.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, it was the perfect ending to the perfect movie.
But
So
can I
going
say-
into this, you have to think, you have to have that on your mind, right?
I was so grateful to be there.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm so thankful for the gig. My character is very overwhelmed, and I'm very overwhelmed. My character's always asking, "Why am I here?" I'm asking, "Why am I here?" So I'm just like happy to be there.
I will say though, to that point, because I saw the movie already.
Okay.
Right. You're right about the way Toy Story 3 ended.
Yeah.
But the way Toy Story 4 starts, you're like, yes.
Oh, really?
That makes this makes sense.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And you saw it.
I did. I loved it, dude.
It's so, and not only is it funny, and so, I mean, obviously it's the emotional roller coaster Pixar always takes you on, but how visually stunning is it is so. I mean, we as voice actors are like a small slice of this pie. Most of the pie is these these artists that put just so many labors of work in, how many hours of labor in there.
Without giving anything away, there's one particular scene where I thought it was actually like an ad for something else. I thought it was like real life.
Okay.
The way it was animated.
Was it towards the beginning?
Yes.
Okay,
it was.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I was like, for a split second, I was like, oh my God, is that real life?
Yeah.
But it was animation.
Okay, you two jerks sitting here talking in code. You haven't seen the movie.
Get ready. You're gonna walk away and go, I didn't see a moment.
Okay, so you're Forky, but you're a spork in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Bonnie, the little girl, makes me. I'm a homemade toy that comes to life, and she calls me Forky. But that's kind of a part of my existential crisis in this movie. Is I'm like, not only am I not a toy, I'm a spork, guys. A spork is a very underrated utensil.
I love this. Can we talk about VEEP real quick with you, please? Okay, so
that's quite a contrast.
Okay, no, because
Tony Hale is here, by the way,
but
on the Roz Mocha show.
You'll appreciate this, though. Selena Meyer is so abusive to my character on VEEP. I think Woody is a nice contrast. Woody is like a nurturing character.
What is it like to have to react to somebody who is positive towards you as opposed to somebody who is that devastating towards another human being?
Yes, well, I'm coming off a big abusive cycle from VEEP. So it's nice to get the nurturing quality of Woody. Gary, my character on VEEP, needed a Woody in his life. Right. That's who he needed.
Do you avoid carrying a bag at all in real life?
Oh, I do. I still carry my wife's bag.
You do? Because the way that this ended, okay, so you were a lot of the heart of that show. Gary was so much of the heart of that show, and the way that Selena played him at the end. What was was there a conversation that Julia had with you of where she was nice to you as a human for a moment before all this went down?
The thing is, it is so abusive in the story. She is so awful to my character. The way we were able to survive is we loved each other so much offset. We were hyper encouraging just because poor Jonah Ryan, who Timothy Simons plays on the show, was called the worst names.
Right.
I think can I cuss on this? Probably not.
No. You can write it down. You can write it down because I need to know.
I need to know. Hold on. But I won't. I know since I'm promoting Toy Story.
Yeah, okay. Write it down. Write it down.
He's called. It's a long one.
Okay, we got time.
We got our show is on until 10, bro.
But it's okay, wait, hold on. Anyways, he was called Soap, so we were all, anytime we saw Tim offset, we were like, we love you, man. We love you so much.
That show is one of the most abusive things I've ever seen. It is so hysterically funny, though. Wow, that is a long one.
Tony Hale is like writing a paragraph right now.
But you can't show this.
Yeah,
no, we won't.
You'll remember this one.
By the way, I know I said Toy Story 4 is June 21st. It's actually June 20th. It was my mistake, but June 20th. Everyone needs to go and watch Toy Story 4. Can I see now? Can I see?
Hold on. Let me just hold
it. Get it? My handwriting's kind of bad.
We have cameras here, so I'll just hold that up to you.
Can you read that?
Can you read that? This is one of the greatest lines ever said on a television show ever. It is one of the greatest lines ever. I can't believe you went from this to Toy Story 4.
I know. Well, my God. I needed to be nurtured. I needed to be comforted. And Woody's like the perfect parental figure.
I have two final questions about Toy Story 4 for you, Mr. Tony Hale.
Yes, please.
Did you, prior to doing the voice of Forky, did they show you what Forky looked like? Or did they wait till after? Did they make Forky based on your voice afterwards?
Based on how awkward I look?
No. Your reaction because
They
of
saw
your
me and
reaction.
they were like, you know what? We got to make a spork with googly eyes. I was called Cow Eyes on VEEP, so that is appropriate. They did show me a picture of it when I came in, and I was like, not what I expected.
Yeah.
But what I love is he's, so simple. He just asks questions, but he's very simply made. He's just he's an all-around simple guy.
And during the voice sessions, were you at all interacting with any of the other voice actors?
No, they keep
you separate?
They keep us separate. But I remember Tom Hanks came once. He was recording before me, and I met him, and I had that thing in my head that I was like, oh, maybe I am actually in this movie. Maybe this wasn't a mistake. Because the whole time you kind of have the imposter theory, like someone's going to pull you out at any moment, and they made a mistake. So that's when it hits. It's like, okay, well, I actually am doing this.
So Toy Story 4 in theaters on June 20th. Tony Hale, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tim Allen in the movie, Tom Hanks in the movie.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves, Duke Kaboom.
Yeah,
Yes.
Keanu Reeves is in
Yes.
the movie. Also, I had no idea until I watched the credits afterwards, but Key and Peele play the
Duck and
stuffed
Bunny.
Oh,
Bunny and the
really?
stuffed duck. You know the ones that you see in all the teaser trailers
Oh, I love
before
that.
the actual full trailer drops?
Yeah.
It's Key and Peele.
They're hilarious.
It's so good.
Tony Hale, I'm going to show this to on the cameras one more
No,
time.
do not
The
show-
greatest line ever said on television from VEEP.
Disney is going to be so. Anyway, that was VEEP. That's VEEP.
That's
not
VEEP.
supposed to be
Different
VEEP.
script.
Different script.
Tony Hale, everybody!
Thank you, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You ruined my weekend, Roz.
Why did I ruin your weekend?
I hate you.
Why? What'd I do?
You told me to give Black Mirror another chance.
Oh, yeah. They dropped 3 new episodes of Black Mirror, and I watched them, and I didn't think that any of them were really that great, to be honest with you. The first one was the most interesting one. The Miley Cyrus one was awful, and I love Miley Cyrus.
I didn't watch the Miley Cyrus one yet because...
Which one did you watch? Episode what? Episode 1?
1 and 2.
Okay, you watched episode 1. Oh, so you watched...
Striking Viper.
Oh, so you did watch Striking Vipers.
So, as you may or may not know, Black Mirror, I watched episode 1, season 1, National Anthem.
Yeah, with the pig.
And it ruined me.
Yeah.
And I vowed to never watch another episode of Black Mirror again.
Right.
Because it just ruined everything
It's too
for
bad
me.
because there's some really good television in there.
I watched Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
The Choose Your Own Adventure one,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But then you said, dude, you got to watch...
Because I hadn't seen them yet.
The new season.
I had only seen Striking Vipers, and I watched Striking Vipers, and I immediately thought of you because you're a video game fan.
So because I'm a video... I didn't play any video games this weekend?
No?
No.
Is it because you're terrified of Striking Vipers?
Yeah, that episode ruined it for me.
So Striking Vipers, we can talk about it now. But in typical sort of Black Mirror fashion, it's all about tech and virtual reality and taking things to a next level. And it's these 2 old friends.
Anthony Mackie is one of them,
Yeah,
by the way.
Anthony Mackie.
Falcon from Avengers.
And this guy that he's known forever. And they're grown men. And Anthony Mackie's married and working on a kid and all this other stuff. And his friend gives him this video game called Striking Vipers. And it's basically like Street Fighter. But it's super virtual reality. So they put these little headsets on, like the little dot that goes on the side of your temple, and you just go into this other world. So Anthony Mackie and his buddy that he's been friends with forever are now in this world. And Anthony Mackie is like the kung fu guy, and his buddy is like the sexy blonde Asian who whoops ass. And as they're in this fighting game as real people, they have a really wild affair, like in character, like a really wild affair. But it's him and his dude friend that are both into this game. But the characters in the game, one's a guy, one's a girl. And then they are just like falling in love inside this game. And then they have to figure out if they're in love outside the game. There's an amazing scene where they're like, we need to just kiss to see if it's real. He's like, kiss me, damn it. He's like, I'm working up to it. It's awesome. Like, it's so... You didn't like it? You didn't like that episode of Mess You Up?
No.
Why you didn't like it? Why you hate
I
it?
play video games every weekend. And in most
you get like a little
times...
thing, DJ Climax would like to have you join him on the game or whatever?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Climax, I game like on the weekend,
Okay.
or I'll game like with his brother, or like there's other like friends that I have that will game together.
Wow, whatever.
And I did not log on whatsoever.
No?
This weekend
Right.
after watching Striking Viper.
Is it you think because you're going to cheat on your wife?
No, it's not because of that. You jackass. Stop ruining TV for me, man. And now you just ruined video games and you ruined Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never taking a recommendation from you ever again on anything. Anything.
Go back and watch. So there's some good ones in there, though, man.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay, never mind.
No, forget
All right,
it.
never mind.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Two things happened yesterday with Justin Trudeau that are like my nightmare.
What? Those new commercials where they're saying he's definitely not his father?
No, sorry, add that to the list. That would be 3.
Well, he's certainly not his father.
Because my dad was a much better man than I am. We all know that.
First time I saw that commercial, I was like, with the clap back! Okay.
He's trying to put through a ban on single-use plastics by 2021. This includes like straws, cotton swabs, like the drink stir sticks, those little green things that are in like the top of Starbucks cups.
I got one of those this morning.
Balloon sticks, those are a big problem. So any sort of single-use plastic thing, they want to get rid of by 2021.
That's like a year and a half.
Let's not forget that there's an election in the fall. Like, it's not planned for 2021, but I guess that's what you got to do. But in a situation where you are trying to come off as an authority, or you're trying to, in this case, get people on your side for an idea that you have, because it's a solid idea. We don't need those stupid things, right? Nobody does. Nobody needs those stupid things. But when somebody asks you a question, you gotta be prepared to have a kick-ass answer. So after making all this big announcement yesterday, we're going to get rid of single-use plastics by 2021. Trudeau is asked a very simple question, which is, how does he and his family cut down on single-use plastics?
Do you and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles.
Okay.
Sorry, what? Hold on, what? What'd you say?
Exactly. Have an answer, man.
I gotta hear that again.
Okay.
Do you and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper. Like drink box water bottles.
Bro, you got shook.
You got shook. And also, and I didn't know this, but you know those cartons of water? They're apparently not that much better because they're lined with a plastic and almost like an aluminum thing, so only a portion of it, and then the screw tops are all plastic anyway on them, so they're not much better.
Oh, somebody told me that
cans are the way to go.
I could be wrong because this is like somebody told it to me and I'm like, okay, sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But some coffee shops that use cups that have that same kind of like plasticky lining on the inside. I think McDonald's uses them.
Yeah.
The plastic liner on the inside to keep your beverage warm. That those cups are not recyclable.
Yeah.
You're supposed to toss them in the trash.
Doesn't surprise me. So, nightmare number 2. Okay, so nightmare number 1 was being Justin Trudeau and sort of coming off like an authority on something, and then somebody asks you one simple question and you have no answer for them.
Nice hair, though.
Okay, that's nightmare number 1. Nightmare situation for me number 1. Then nightmare situation number 2 is saying something where you sound like a complete idiot and you're stumbling and you're fumbling.
Yeah.
And then somebody then takes everything you said, transcribes it verbatim, and then reads it publicly. So right after that happened, Michelle Rempel, who is a conservative MP, got on the floor
Oh, no.
And said this.
But when asked today by a reporter what his family was doing to protect the environment, the Liberal leader floundered and said, we have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of plastic away from plastic towards paper like drink water bottle sort of things. I checked, and one of those drink water bottle sort of things is actually lined with plastic. It's 20% less likely to be recycled, and when they are, a significant portion of the box isn't actually recycled.
That's my worst nightmare, because we've all been in situations where you stumble and you don't know what you're saying. The idea that somebody would transcribe that and read it back to you verbatim is like, it's soul crushing to me.
Like,
it's soul crushing.
His opponents are going to use that clip in a television commercial.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, it's crushing, man. I feel for the guy.
Oh, bro. You got shook. That's bad.
Plastics. We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottle.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is... Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hi, Jessica. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. All right, your FML is like probably one of the most serious ones we've ever had on the Roz and Mocha show.
I think so.
Jessica, you wrote us this. Roz and Mocha FML Fix My Life. My FML is questioning the Avengers Endgame. At the end of the movie, you see Spider-Man back in school hugging his friend, but the timeline was sped up by 5 years. Is it just me, or does this make no sense? I tried to ask my husband, but he said not to ruin the movie, so I just need to know, am I missing something? Please, FML. Wow. You got some problems.
But the timeline in 5 years, like, what's the problem with that?
Because they're still in high school.
Right, and so when I listen to your podcast, I hear that you guys are fans of the movie.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe you might have an explanation for this. And obviously, it's just a movie, but at the same time, I'm pretty invested in it.
Yeah, so it's really wild. So, and Jimmy Kimmel asked them about this when they were on his show. And nobody in the cast had an answer as to how they come back after the snap, because people who survived the snap aged 5 years.
Right.
So that would mean that at least some of the kids that he went to school with are now 5 years out of grade 10 or 12 or whatever they're in and getting close to finishing college. But then Peter Parker goes back and is still just continues on in high school.
As a kid,
right? So but they're all there, like all his friends. So like you have to assume that everybody got caught up in the snap.
And from what I know, that the new Spider-Man Far From Home takes place immediately after Endgame.
Right, which is 5 years after Infinity War. Let me read you this. That brings us to Far From Home, where we see several characters from Homecoming still alive and still in college. I think they've been in high school. As we've learned from Endgame, the people who vanished have not aged 5 years, as is the case for everyone who survived the final snap. That's why Peter is still in high school at the end of Endgame, and that's where he'll be in Far From Home. But how is this possible for so many of his classmates to still be alive? The most straightforward answer is that it's all a coincidence and that it would be good enough. Everyone alive in Infinity War had 50% chance of dying when Thanos used the Infinity Gauntlet. The slightly more complicated answer might be that all of the returning Homecoming characters, MJ and Ned included, were in the same place when the snap occurred. So they're saying maybe all of his friends got snapped by Thanos. Therefore, they all came back 5 years later to just go and continue on in high school.
Like they were just allowed to do that?
I guess.
Wait, what if it's a different timeline?
Oh, God, but it's not. Because
It's not.
It's not. It's because Spider-Man is still carrying the death of Tony Stark with him into
Spoiler alert,
Far
by the
From
way.
Home.
What if they use the time stone? Oh no, but then that would still create another timeline. Yeah, damn.
Let me read you this. Here's what Joe Russo said. Yes, those people whom was lucky to survive the snap are 5 years older than the people who just got back. The reason Spider-Man saw his friend again in high school at the end was simply because his friend was unfortunately also dusted during the snap, as was Spider-Man. Of course, there are people in his grade whom didn't die, and they are probably already in colleges by now, but those dusted people, they had no conscience in the past 5 years, so they didn't know what happened. It's as if they just woke up from a long sleep. So they're playing it like half the school is now out of high school and in college, and Peter Parker and all his friends have no idea that they just lost 5 years, so they just go right back to grade 10 or whatever they're in.
Okay.
Man, that school board must have had a lot of work to do to figure out who left and who came back and who's got to stay in the same grade and continue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. All right, Jessica, I hope we help fix your life.
That was stressing me out
Yes.
too. I'm with you on that. That was very stressful, and I've stayed up many nights thinking. It's just like, well, what do they do
So
with
did
Thor?
I.
What do they do with Thor now that he's a Guardian of the Galaxy?
Oh, fat
Exactly.
Thor? They got to
Right?
keep him fat.
Right? What do they do with Thor now?
I've stayed up many a night trying to figure it out in my mind.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
You're no further now after talking to us about this. Hey, Jessica.
Yeah?
We love you 3000.
Oh, thanks. Have a nice day.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. Only on Kiss.
Hey, you got a nest at your house? I saw that on social
Yeah,
media.
a little
I got
bird.
enough nests at my place, man. Yeah, and I'm terrified to go near them because I don't want to upset the mamas, right?
Yeah, no, of course.
So what did you...
So a couple weeks ago, Mama Bird built a nest, and I thought it was like real nice, real cool.
If I gave you a pile of sticks and I said you got to form all these things without using your thumbs into some
Use your mouth?
some sort of nest, would you be able to do it?
Absolutely not.
I look at a nest and I'm always like, it's incredible when I see a nest.
Yeah.
But my question is, how did they get that first stick to balance?
I have no idea.
Like for me, it would just look like a giant pile of sticks. Like I could gather sticks and put them into one spot, but I could never weave them into some sort of like concave nest.
The first nest that was built, and then the babies hatched, and we saw like when they were learning how to fly. It was the cutest thing ever. But
Do you know what kind of birds they were?
I have no idea.
No. Okay.
But they pooped everywhere. Like the day that they were learning to fly.
Yeah.
I was outside and the dog was outside.
Yeah.
And the baby birds were trying, and the mama and papa bird were around and didn't know who the hell we were.
Yeah.
And my bitch ass dog got scared and ran to go back in the house. I'm like, bro, like, what if these birds start attacking me? You're not going to have my back?
No, he does not have your back.
They're
So you
pooping
don't,
everywhere.
You don't know what kind of birds.
I don't know. And then after I knew it was safe, I knew that they hadn't come back to the nest. It had been a few days, and I went up on a ladder and I looked at the nest. And what they did was, it looked like they had like a softer kind of nest as a base.
Yeah.
That they built, super fluffy.
Incredible.
And then inside of that soft nest was like the rock hard nest with tightly wound grass and sticks and mud. It was like, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible.
It was gorgeous. So I removed that one. I knew the birds weren't coming
took
back.
it out.
I took it out. I cleaned up. It was such a mess.
Yeah.
And literally 2 days later, I look up.
Yeah.
And the nest was built again.
Isn't that crazy? How
Like
fast they can
fully.
be. Yeah.
And then I waited, I think, 3 days after that, and I got up on a ladder and I looked.
Yeah.
So it was yesterday, and there were the 2 eggs.
2 eggs. And it's weird. The eggs are green, right?
They're green eggs,
So what
yeah.
kind of birds are those, I
No
wonder?
idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
But it's amazing how fast birds can build a nest. It's really wild. Yeah. Like it's really... It's,
So I don't know if it's the same. Somebody on Instagram said that it could be the same bird because they go through
they just like it there.
They go through cycles where
Yeah, she's
they
like,
lay a couple eggs.
Listen, you jerk. I wasn't done yet.
Yeah.
Why you got to take my house
Somebody
away?
said that they think it's the same bird that did it on their property like 3 times.
It might be.
Within a season.
Yeah, that's incredible, man.
So
that's awesome. So now
it's
you're
just a
waiting for more
game.
babies?
Yeah.
Ah,
it's real nice.
That's awesome.
My son Cruz, he'll stand at the window and he'll just watch and he'll see when the bird and he'll like notify us.
Yeah.
Like, bird.
Mama's home.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can see the bird feeding the baby birds when every now and then you'll see the babies
so
like
great.
their little beaks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then the mama spits in it. Gross. What? Whatever. Circle of life, right, guys?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me read you this here. Somebody put a list together on Reddit that I sort of find fascinating. I want to get your opinion on it. Damnit Maurie, come on in here too, please. Join us, my love. So they put a list together of tasks that you're doing in the wrong order.
Oh.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Add the attachment when you're writing an email, and I do this.
Yeah.
Add the attachment first, then draft your email. That way, when you get to the end of it, you won't forget to add the attachment.
I always add the attachment last.
No, add the attachment first.
I guess, yeah.
Right?
Because there have been times, because I'm used to adding the attachment last, there have been times where I end up forgetting to add the attachment. So that makes sense. Okay.
There's nothing worse in life than replying going, guess I'll add the attachment now.
Nothing worse?
I mean, that's pretty embarrassing.
I'm getting hit by a car. Is that worse?
Nothing worse. Like having a sick dad. Or like, you know what I mean?
Family member died.
Nothing worse. There's nothing worse than having to write somebody and say, sorry, forgot the attachment. Like, man, you are living in a great world, Mar. What about this? They say don't fill out the to in an email until you've drafted the entire thing, just in case you don't actually send it to somebody.
Yeah.
Agree with that.
Always agree with that. Because there have been times where you put the email address, or it autofills as you're typing the person's name, and partway through, typing, especially if you're in a rush, you may hit send and be like, oh crap, I forgot to.
Right.
No, sometimes autofill is the worst because if you mean to send something to one person, but it sends it to a different Matthew.
Thank you. I've often sent things to a different Matthew. So things you're doing in the wrong order, they say. Fill your mouth with water before popping a pill. That way the pill doesn't hit dry tongue. And stick to it.
Dry tongue.
Put the water in.
So put a little water in your mouth.
Yeah.
Hold it there.
Yeah.
Tilt your head back. Pop a couple pills in. Swallow, take a sip of water.
I do the opposite. I take a pill every single morning, my thyroid pill, and I put the pill first, and then I drink my water.
Well, they're saying try it the other way. Try filling your mouth full of water first, and then pop a pill. Do your laundry before any other chore. So while the washing machine is running, you're technically doing multiple chores at once.
Yes,
so
I agree with that.
Instead of saving the washing for last, do the laundry as you're doing everything
As
else.
you're vacuuming, washing the floor.
Yes.
I'll let Matthew know. I'm not allowed to do chores.
Okay. I will agree with this one. Thoroughly clean your house before going away for the weekend or going on vacation.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than coming home and then you see this messy ass house. Or a pile of laundry, or those couple of dishes that you said before you went away. I'll just take care of that when I get back.
That's the reason that we clean our house. Well, Matthew cleans the house before we ever go anywhere is in case we die and they have to come into our home, it should look clean.
God, the amount of stuff you must have to hide just to go away for one night more in case you die that night. Like, you must be just maddening. If I were you, it's amazing that you even go on vacation. It's amazing you leave for work in the morning with the amount of stuff that you must have to hide.
Like, before you leave every day, do you clear your browser history and everything? In
case you die.
You know they can still find that stuff, huh?
Yeah,
I'll be
nothing's
dead.
ever really deleted. True that. And you would be anyway. In the shower, they say put conditioner in your hair before you wash your body and rinse it out after.
Yeah.
But see, that doesn't make sense because on the label, in a 2-in-1, it's listed shampoo, then conditioner. I always assume that's the order you do it.
Right. But you can wash. So I'm guessing what they're saying is wash your hair.
Yeah.
Put the conditioner in your hair. Then wash your body, do all the other stuff.
I've done
then
that.
Then rinse out the conditioner.
Oh, so it sits.
I think so.
I like how soft my hair feels after I condition.
I've never used conditioner?
Yeah.
You guys have no hair.
Sometimes, my wife has a real nice one, so sometimes I'll use that. Oh, so soft.
Oh, I'm using a brand new lavender shampoo, by the way, everyone.
And make the coffee the night before, they say. I don't think they actually mean like brew the coffee, but like put everything in the pot, get it all ready to go for the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, put the grounds in the water and
makes
everything
sense.
else. And then that way, when you wake up in the morning, all you got to do is hit it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What are you doing for Father's Day? Do you know?
I don't know. You know me, what I like for Father's Day. Just solitude. Yeah, that's it. I just want to go and hang out. I mean, it's great. It's great now that Roxy's a little bit older because she gets really into this stuff.
Yeah.
And I want her to be able to just enjoy things and feel like she's done a lot and you put a lot of planning into stuff. So I just sort of leave it to the girls and I go along and it's awesome. And I've never not enjoyed myself. They do it up right.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's tough. Father's Day, because it's interesting because, you know, it's just like with Mother's Day, it's not really for, like, I try and do wonderful things for Catherine on Mother's Day. But it's really up to the kid to do the Mother's Day things. Sure. Right? So as Roxy gets...
It's a big day for them.
Yeah, as Roxy gets older, I do sort of less and less because Roxy does more and more. And then
That's real nice, though.
and then I figure stuff out with my mom. But no, it's tough. Like, it's hard to sort of consistently think of heartfelt things to do for people, right? Because I don't want anything. Like, that's my problem, is that Catherine will always say, what do you want to do, or what do you want, or what do you, like, what's your thing? And I'm always like, I have nothing. Like, I don't want anything. Like, I just really don't. I don't want stuff. Like, I don't need things.
Exactly. If you want something, you'll go and buy it yourself.
But I rarely do. Like, I don't live like this. I don't have stuff. Like, I don't buy clothes.
What I wanted to do, and I was like, nothing. Like, I'd like to get together with the family, and maybe have a barbecue or just like get together.
Sure.
You know, for me at least, I want to have my dad see his grandson, my son Cruz, for Father's Day. That's what I want, because I like seeing them together, and just seeing that relationship. So that's for me. My Father's Day would be to have Cruz spend time with his grandfather.
I'll tell you that you may have missed the point on this, because I'm going to tell you right now that the joy that your dad gets on Father's Day is not seeing his grandson. The joy that your dad gets on Father's Day is seeing his son become a father.
Oh man, you're gonna make me cry.
That's what he enjoys. It's not spending time with Cruz. It's spending time with you being a dad.
Yeah.
That's what he likes.
Dude.
I'm telling you. Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm sorry, man.
a little dusty in here. I gotta step out of the room for a minute.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Skip the Dishes was talking about what food people ordered the most during the Raptors games.
Ooh, let's see if it matches up with what I have purchased. I've been ordering with Skip the Dishes a lot.
Have you? Yeah.
Like a lot. Yeah.
So this is for all of the GTA. So before the game, the most ordered item was butter chicken.
Ooh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. After the game, the number one food that was ordered was cheeseburgers.
After?
Yeah. But what about during the game? During the game, what was the number one food that was ordered?
Like chicken fingers and fries?
Incorrect.
Hamburgers.
No, that was after the game.
Oh, after, sorry. Well, wouldn't it be pizza? Would it be pizza? No.
Incorrect.
It can't be pizza. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this.
During the game.
Oh, chicken wings.
Nope.
Oh, what do you call those things here? Ribs.
Ribs. No. Ice cream.
Ice cream?
Yeah. According to Skip the Dishes, ice cream was the number one food item ordered in the GTA during the game.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
I did not know that you could order ice cream.
Matthew actually did this while I was down at Jurassic Park. He orders gelato on Skip the Dishes.
I did not know that.
Is that not crazy?
Yeah, I would never think to do that.
So butter chicken before the game, cheeseburgers after the game, and I'm just guessing that also is a product of what's available at 11:30.
Yeah.
You're looking at a lot of fast food places that you can just skip the dishes from. But during the game, the number one food item that was ordered was ice cream.
Let me ask you guys this question.
Not pizza, not wings, ice cream.
is there, and maybe it's just a simple search. I should search on either Skip or DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever. But let's say if it's approaching game time.
Yeah.
And I realize I don't have chips and Swedish berries and chocolate, like all these snacks.
Yeah.
Can I do a search?
Yes.
In any of those apps to be like, okay, I want dill pickle, a big bag of dill pickle, a big bag of salt and vinegar, a bag of Maynard's Swedish berries, a bag of Sour Kids.
There's an actual on Uber Eats. There's a junk food
for convenience
section.
store.
Is there
really?
There's actually. It's funny you say that because there's a place called junk food. Or
No, but that's a restaurant though.
No, but I'm just saying they have all kinds of.
I've never seen that on.
1,000%. There's places that specifically deliver all of what you just asked for.
Hold on here.
Yeah, like
Where
all the
is it?
snack items?
Where is
Literally
it?
all
Where
the
is it
snack
on here?
items.
Because
Okay,
I need
that's good
to
to
know this now.
Because
Where
we
is it
ran
on
into that
here?
problem the other night
May I
where
touch your
I totally forgot to go to the store.
Maury's going to find this now.
I need to know this.
Yeah. I need to know this too, because I know in LA, they've always forever in LA, there was a service called Pink Dot, and Pink Dot was, you could call Pink Dot and they would go to convenience stores or drugstores for you and basically do your, oh yeah, look at this. So, yeah, where's this?
That's one place.
Okay, well,
that
hold
I
on
found.
here.
I just clicked
but,
one.
But what did you click on? Oh, okay, so yeah, there are convenience stores.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
you can get a bag of Miss Vicky's, Ruffles, Kraft Dinner, a Kit Kat bar. Yeah, you can. Who knew that?
Okay.
Ferrero Rocher.
If you want to get all
it's
fancy.
sold out.
Oh
no, sorry, Bounty Bar's sold out. They still have Ferrero Rocher.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I'm hype, man. And my favorite guy on Instagram released another video. That reggae artist, Louis Rankin, at Louis_Rankin, who lives in Toronto now. Or just outside of Toronto.
Is that the guy my kid says sounds like a pirate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for every game, he's been releasing like encouraging videos to the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, they're awesome.
He didn't do one for game 5.
No. Really? That seems weird to me.
Yeah, he's been like on point with every game, but he did another one for game 6.
Okay.
This is it.
One test way. On a win by 1. I was in the city. But you what? Don't ever say nothing about Raptors. Don't ever say nothing about a banana boat. Cause guess what? We running up in the bay again. And it's first class flight. And you know what? I did not say anything in 5th. Now I'm talking for the 6th. Because I am the 6th. And we represent the 6th. The Raptors. Bring on the title. Go there and murder them for fun and come home with the title. Raptors history. Title.
I love them, man.
So
I love them.
what I did was, just in case you missed videos 1 through 4,
Yeah.
I took all of them and kind of just did a super edit.
Okay.
So you kind of get the gist of Louis Rankin as a
Yeah,
Raptor fan,
I gotcha.
representing for the Raptors, and just did everything all together.
I love it.
And it sounds like this.
Kiss 92.5. Roz, Mocha, and Maurie. I am the original Jamaican Dandada. Don't ever say nothing about the Raptors no more, man. Ever! We like curry chicken. We like curry goat. We like curry red snapper. But we don't like Stefan Curry. We eat curry in the 6. We don't want war. We don't want to ramp with the Raptors. We are going to the bay. Leonard, Van Vliet, Siakam, Ibaka, Green, murder everything. Fire upon them Raptors. Con!
Oh.
Yo, I love that guy. Big up Louis Rankin.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
For the podcast?
Yeah.
Let's do the news!
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Alec Baldwin says that he's done playing Donald Trump on SNL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I don't think it should have lasted this long.
That's what she said.
Alec Baldwin says he's done. Let me read you this. Jerk. He says, quote, I had a lot of fun with the cast at first. It was fresh and the ratings were good, but I feel like I'm done with that now. I can't imagine I'd do it again. I just can't. They should find somebody who wants to do it. SNL just crushed my weekend. Because I guess he wants to spend more time with his kids and everything else. But the problem with Alec Baldwin doing Donald Trump is that whenever SNL in the past had done anything political, whether it was Will Ferrell's incredible George W. Bush, or even Hammond when he used to do Bill Clinton, and when Kate McKinnon would do Hillary Clinton, they would skewer these people, but it never came from a hateful place.
Yeah.
And I think that SNL is a better show when it doesn't. With Alec Baldwin, you know how much he hates Donald Trump. And a lot of people do, I get that. But his sort of persona of that character really comes from a place of hatred and not a place of comedy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the best decision for SNL. I think they need to go back. You can skewer people, but I think that comedy still has to be your number one sort of mandate
More
as opposed to taking down a president.
Yeah.
I don't think that shouldn't be their mandate to try and, take Trump out of office. And then that's what you got with a lot. I found with Alec Baldwin. I didn't really like his. At the beginning, it was great. At the beginning, Baldwin's Trump was amazing, but I just think it took a different turn. And I'm with Alec on this. I think that they should find somebody else to do Trump. I don't know who they could. I'd have Kenan Thompson do it. Personally.
Yeah. Just throw everybody off. What?
Yeah.
No one's going to say anything.
No, I would. I put the wig on Kenan Thompson.
In 2019? You can't say anything?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Of course.
He's safe.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sigourney Weaver said that she will, in fact, appear in Ghostbusters 3, which is set to be released in 2020. She's not giving any details away other than saying that it's going to, quote, be crazy working with those guys again. Sigourney Weaver, 69 years old, told Parade magazine over the weekend that she'll be in it with Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and she has refused to release any more details about the movie. This one will be helmed by Jason Reitman, son of Ghostbusters original director Ivan Reitman. So there's that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Plot twist. What if the kid that Sigourney Weaver's character had in the original run of the Ghostbusters,
yes,
grew up to become a Ghostbuster?
I'm sure they'll probably do something like that.
Like that's the only, like they have to,
most likely.
They have to do that, right?
Yeah, I'm sure
Maybe
they'll
the
do
kid
something like that.
revives the Ghostbusters or starts up his own crew.
Yeah, sure.
No.
They'll probably do so.
We find out
that
she's been married to Slimer the whole time.
To Slimer?
Yeah.
DJ Khaled is suing Billboard, or at least threatening to sue Billboard, as in the magazine, as in the charts, because his album came in at number 2.
Another one.
So I guess what happened was he had a deal with an energy drink company that if you buy an energy drink, you get a digital download of Khaled's new album, Father of Assad. And they had in place an agreement with Billboard that they would count those downloads as sales, promotion, because that's what people do now. It's all giveaways with product, but they have to count those as sales. So they had this agreement, and that would have meant that Father of Assad would debut at number 1. But when it came down to the actual chart and going through the numbers, they found discrepancies with the numbers.
Okay.
So they decided to not count the freebies given away with the energy drink that he had to deal with. Therefore, DJ Khaled did not debut at number 1, and Tyler, the Creator, wound up debuting at number 1. So now, because he didn't get the top spot, DJ Khaled is suing Billboard because he wasn't number 1.
Another one.
Let's talk about the internet real quick.
I love the internet.
Two big stories. One is a new global survey suggests skepticism of social media services, including Facebook and Twitter. In the poll, of 25,000 internet users in 25 countries found that 1 in 4 respondents didn't trust the internet.
Whoa.
The research done for the Center for International Governance Innovation suggests that people are disclosing less information online, using the internet more selectively, and doing less online shopping. The other part of this says that 90% of Canadians have fallen for, quote, fake news. 90%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a high number.
The poll of 25,229 internet users found that only 10% of people in this country said that they had never fallen for fake news, which the poll defined as wholly or partly false information. So even stuff that is not like these completely outlandish stories that you click on.
I would like to think
Why the Property Brothers are breaking up, all those things. Like, not that kind of fake news.
Oh.
But like the actual, like, things that people tweet and retweet over and over again.
I would like to think that I'm one of those people that knows when a story isn't true.
But it's interesting because it's like there's stuff that is true, but there's information that is withheld. Right? That would change the context of the story. That's what you find. That's what you find a lot of online. Is there's a lot of selective information gathering and distribution.
Skews the story, right?
It does, yeah. And I don't know, it's a problem, man. But those numbers are huge. If someone buys the winning ticket for tonight's Lotto Max draw,
oh boy,
baby. Are you kidding me? $64 million, $65 million is up for grabs tonight, along with 10 separate $1 million prizes.
When I win, I am so gone.
Yeah. See you later, Maury.
Previous record was set back in 2015, and that was a $64 million jackpot.
You know,
$649.
You know me, Maury. I say this all the time. What I would do if I won the jackpot, the people close to me would get envelopes, and in those envelopes would be a phone number and $100,000 in cash.
Oh, I can't wait to get my envelope.
And the phone number would be the only way that you were ever going to be able to get a hold of me. And the $100,000 in cash would be to not give anybody who did not get an envelope that phone number.
I can't wait for the envelope.
And you would never see me again, Maury.
What would you do, Maury?
You would never see me
If I got
again.
the envelope?
Yeah.
You're not getting an envelope, by the way.
Ooh, ouch.
I've already decided who gets
In your
envelopes and who does not get envelopes.
Can I just have some of the money?
You do not get, and you do
Do
not
I
get an envelope. You get an envelope.
Thank you. You know what I would do? If I got the envelope, see, Maury, if I got the envelope, you know what I would do? Honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
What's
even
that?
take the $100,000.
You wouldn't?
No. I'd give it back to you.
I'd put it in trust for your boy.
Would you? That's
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah, I would
Because
do
I was
that.
going to say, why don't you take that money and give it to Roxy?
No,
give it to your daughter.
No, because we would have $65 million. She doesn't need that.
But still,
she doesn't need it.
buy her something and say it was from me.
I would actually, Maury. I'm so sorry. I would put $100,000 in trust for Matthew.
Oh, God. Ouch. Oh, man.
Come on, man. We're playing here, bro. We're just playing, man.
What a zinger.
Come on. I don't know what is going on with Katy Perry and Taylor Swift.
I thought they're friends.
Yeah. So the story was that fans are now obsessing over the fact that last night there was a good chance that Katy Perry was in Taylor Swift's kitchen. So Katy Perry tweets out a picture of a plate of cookies, and the plate of cookies reads "Peace at Last" with 2 peace signs written in icing on the plate, and it's a plate full of chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Her tweet was "Feels good," and then a heart emoji, Taylor Swift, "Let's be friends." Okay, so that's what she tweeted. Then fans were like, okay, well, we know that they've like sort of started to reconnect and everything else.
Yeah.
But then they started going through finding pictures of Taylor Swift's house. Like all the way back from the house was on the market and there was listing photos of the house. And they start taking a picture of the plate that Katy Perry used in her tweet on the countertop that they then match to the countertop from listing shots of the house that Taylor Swift now lives in.
These internet detectives, holy cow.
So
are you serious?
Fans are losing their minds because they are now convinced that Katy Perry was in Taylor Swift's kitchen last night. So then, on that shot of the cookies on Instagram, Taylor Swift liked it.
Oh, you know what that means? They're like dating now.
They're not. No, that doesn't mean. That's not what that means. They're not dating.
That wasn't the conclusion.
No, they're friends.
Oh, okay. I thought, I don't know. The detectives came out and they're finding everything.
It was a plate of cookies.
Exactly. It was a plate of cookies
on a kitchen counter.
Okay.
Don't be that guy.
Oh, I'm that guy. Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Steph Curry, on the other hand, not happy at all. I don't know if you saw the video of Steph Curry's, both his parents getting heckled when they got off a bus at the hotel by Toronto fans, where they were just like cussing him out. Like it was
one thing,
just
like you hear the F word a lot, right? And it's one thing just to hear somebody use the F word, but I think it's the way you use the word and the harshness in your voice when you say the word. And it was that harshness that, for me at least, I was so jarring to speak to another human being's parents like that.
But she was cussing back too. It was great.
Oh, I know.
Like she was giving it right back. But anyway, this is Steph Curry, who, let's remind people, Steph Curry lived in Toronto for a big part of his youth.
Oh, yeah. His dad retired from the NBA as a Toronto Raptor.
Yeah.
Being in the finals 5 years in a row and being on the stage, it's hard to avoid those interactions with fans that want to kind of impose or make their imprint on the series somehow, some way, especially with social media these days. So I think it's it's kind of stupid, to be honest, in terms of people camping outside our hotel just to yell expletives at either us or our family members or whatever the case is. But we handle all that stuff with class and try to ignore it the best we can.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
your mom's just firing back.
Yeah. Good for her, though. Good for her.
Oh, of course.
I'm down with that. I don't know if HBO's new show Euphoria. I think Drake is one of the executive producers of this show.
Is it the UK show?
No, no. Zendaya's in it.
Okay.
Let me read you this headline. HBO's explicit Euphoria courts controversy. How much teen sex and drugs is too much?
What?
Quote, 30 penises in one episode? Zendaya's new series is filled with graphic nudity, violence, and drug use among young people is so extreme that one star quit mid-shoot, but the network hopes that the authenticity will help the show break through. The male genitalia in the pilot is not attached to any of its largely 20-something cast. Instead, it's care of actor Eric Dane, who commits statutory rape with a 17-year-old trans girl in the show. Though the sequence uses a prosthetic, it's still likely to shock most audiences, as will a handful of other graphic scenes in the pilot, from a gut-wrenching drug overdose by Zendaya to a sex scene between teens involving choking in one episode alone. Close to 30 penises flash on the screen.
How have I never heard? I mean, I'm glad I've never heard of this show. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and Zendaya's great. She's like a really, really great actor too.
Yeah.
But the show looks like, if you haven't seen any of this, the trailer.
No, never.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's called Euphoria,
and I
think I'm more than positive that Drake is in on this somehow.
So it's an HBO show?
It's an HBO show.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And I'm more, I got to check on that, but I'm more than positive that Drake is one of the producers on this, or one of the creators, or whatever it is. Quentin Tarantino confirms that his Star Trek movie will be R-rated and profanity-filled if it happens.
Wait, Quentin Tarantino's doing a Star Trek movie?
Yeah, okay, so he revealed in 2017 that he wanted to make a Star Trek movie, and that he had been taking meetings with J.J. Abrams about it, adding that the project would only happen if Paramount approved a more adult version of Star Trek.
Really?
Yeah. And he wants to do it.
Like Captain Picard, like swearing at aliens and stuff?
Yeah, Tarantino says that he now has the time because he's wrapped on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it went to Cannes, and it's going to open soon. And he said that he now has the time to go back to his Star Trek idea, saying there's a script that exists for it now.
Wow.
I need to weigh in on it. but I haven't been able to do that yet. But now with all this time, he absolutely can. So he wants to make dirty Star Trek, like dirty, violent, profanity-filled, violence-filled Star Trek.
You know he's going to put DiCaprio and Jonah Hill in that movie, right?
I hope so. I would watch that. I would watch a Tarantino Star Trek, man.
So
I
would I.
really would. Jessica Biel has come out as an anti-vaxxer, and that's really pissed a lot of people off. So Jessica Biel spent yesterday lobbying 15 legislators against supporting a California vaccination bill alongside Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at the California State Assembly and the State Senate in Sacramento. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said of Jessica Biel, he called her courageous for urging lawmakers like the Democratic Assemblywoman to oppose Bill SB 276, a bill limiting medical exemptions from vaccinations without approval from state public health officers. RFK Jr. goes on to say, I would say that she was for safe vaccines and for medical freedom. My body, my choice, quote unquote. So that really throws a wrench into everything. But I'll tell you, the amount of Justin Timberlake memes that have hit this morning where it's just Timberlake and that just reads, I'm bringing measles back.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm bringing measles back.
Yeah.
You vaxxed kids don't know how to act.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much. It's like you got measles. Oh.
It's terrible, man. It is why would
measles
you
coming back at me.
Why would you do this? It's just, oh, God. Vaccinate your kids.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
Hey, Diana, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, welcome to Ask Roz and Mocha. These are the questions that we gather from Instagram on a weekly basis at Kiss925. And of course, much like you, Diana, have somebody join us on the podcast to ask their question. Diana, go for it.
Is it more important for your new partner to like your friends or for your friends to like your new partner?
Okay, Diana, before we give our answer, what do you think?
Yeah.
Because clearly, is this something that you're going through right now?
No, I was just curious.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was more important for your friends to like your new partner.
Disagree.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I would say, right off the bat, the most important would be that my partner likes me or loves me or cares about me.
Let's assume that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if my friends didn't like my wife, let's say my girlfriend when we were dating.
Yeah.
But I was really, really into her, then screw my friends.
No, but what's more important? That your friends like your significant other or your significant other likes your friends?
Your new significant other.
Your new significant other.
I would like it if my significant other liked my friends.
I think it's way more important that your significant other like your friends because your friends are still going to like you.
Yeah.
And you still want to be able to see your friends without grief. So if your significant other doesn't like your friends, you're going to get grief every time you want to go and see your friends. If your significant other likes your friends, she's going to be like, yeah, man, go hang out with the dudes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
If your friends don't like your significant other, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, they have been my friends, and I'm sorry that you don't like them, but it doesn't mean I'm going to cut off all ties with them.
Nobody's saying cutting anybody off, man.
Right?
It's just a hypothetical, bro.
No, I know.
Nobody's saying who would you cut? Would you cut them off if they didn't like your friends?
I lived this.
What
when
happened?
I started dating Matthew, his friends didn't like me.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, obviously, you know how it worked out.
Why didn't they like you?
Well, they said he could do better.
But Matthew also made you get rid of your cats.
Yeah, but I mean, my cats were like, whatever.
How big was your circle of close friends when you met Matthew?
Like 2 or 3.
Okay, and what did they think of him?
Well, I mean, they liked him at the beginning, but now I have now they're all gone.
Right.
Oh, ouch. Damn. Wait, so who do you hang out with?
Matthew's coworkers.
Oh no! You got integrated there.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, Matthew. I'm getting the sense that Matthew did not like anybody else in your life.
Wow.
And he cleared the room.
Wait,
cleared
does
the dance floor.
Matthew even like us? Like, does Matthew like Roz and I?
No, he hates me because all Maury does is blame everything on me.
Oh,
but he
true,
loves
true.
Mocha.
Yeah, he loves you.
Oh,
he hates
okay.
me. Because anytime Maury screws up or has a problem, Maury goes home and he's in a bad mood. He blames it on me.
Yeah.
So I am like the
So
devil
he
in that.
lies.
In that
He
conduct.
lies, too.
Of course he does. Yeah.
But it's the easy way.
Why do you do that though?
Because it's an
Don't
easy
you
way.
feel bad? Like you work with a guy and you drive him to work every single day. You don't feel bad about that?
No, because then he would have to take responsibility for something. It's just easier to blame me.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like it's much easier. It's much easier to blame me.
Hope that answered your question, Diana.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% on the significant other liking your friends. Absolutely.
Ooh, very important question from Chris here.
Yeah.
Best flavor of chips. I always say salt and vinegar. That's my go-to.
Ketchup. Ketchup or dill? I'm on the fence between ketchup and dill.
I do enjoy dill.
Yeah, I do.
But if I had to choose, it would be salt and vinegar chips over everything.
Okay, so here's my thing is that different manufacturers of chips, I like better than other flavors that they have.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm going Lay's, just straight up Lay's, 100% salt and vinegar, like zero questions asked.
Okay.
If I am going with the loads of by the President's Choice, which is one of the greatest marketing schemes ever. Let's just take chips with the flavor on them and just put more on it.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest things anybody's ever done to chips. If I'm going loads of, I'm 100% doing dill pickle. Even though I hate pickles, I like dill pickle chips.
Yeah.
I hate ketchup, but I like ketchup chips because it's a different thing. So if I'm doing loads of, I 100% do dill pickle. If I'm doing Lay's, I will absolutely do just salt and vinegar. And if I do a Ruffle chip, it is always without question all dressed.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Ruffle plain. I like Ruffles plain.
Really?
Because then I can dunk it in my own ketchup.
Okay.
Also, I can't do salt and vinegar because it hurts my gums.
Oh, we got old man gums. There's so much
gums of like a 2-year-old.
I know, there's so much going on in that mouth of yours, dude. It's so weird.
And at the same time, absolutely nothing. I will say, for me, it's Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar.
Oh, Miss Vicky's.
Right?
Okay.
But also, I enjoy Miss Vicky's regular chips than I do any other brand. I enjoy Lay's dill pickle and the PC, the loads. Get ready for this.
Yeah.
Sour cream and onion.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
Right? So different brands I also have my favorite.
Do you count Doritos to be a flavor?
Doritos. Do we
Let's
count
see.
Doritos?
Well, first of all, why would you say it like that?
I don't know. It just came out like Doritos.
You know what's interesting? For some reason, I always put Doritos in like the category of cheesies, where it's not like I don't treat them like chips. Like I would always say like chips are chips. And then I always just put Doritos in like cheesies or pretzels. Like it's a different kind of snack to me.
I still consider Doritos chips.
Are Pringles chips?
Wait, no. Yeah. Oh, I do.
Pringles are chips, right?
Yeah, Pringles are chips.
Yeah, Pringles are chips.
I like
Pringles
just a
regular.
straight
I don't like
up
Pringles.
regular nacho
Make you feel
cheese
sick.
Doritos.
Yeah.
I like those ones.
Really, huh?
Yeah. I don't like any of the other.
Do you remember Zesty Cheese Doritos from back in the day?
What about Cool Ranch?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
was-
So for Doritos, my favorite then is Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch, huh? Yeah, see, that's tough. Oh, also, if you can find it, and I don't know how it is outside of the city, but there's a couple of stores that I managed to find. If you are a chip lover and you like hot, like you like a good barbecue hot chip, there's a company called Uncle Ray's. And you can find them in a lot of smaller stores in and around the city and outside of the city, because I know out by the cottage, the sort of general store sells them. They're local. I think they're made somewhere in Canada.
I've never heard of them.
And they're called Uncle Ray's chips. They're usually in a separate section. They're not usually on the regular chip shelf. They're usually in like a separate section.
Is it the one that has the, it's like a pickup truck as the logo?
No.
Is that
No,
the
that's
one?
Brother Neil.
Yeah. Yeah. So Uncle Ray's, look for Uncle Ray's, and their hot, not their barbecue, but their hot chips are a thing of absolute friggin' beauty.
I've never heard of this
They
company.
are so, do you like a hot chip more?
I love a hot chip.
Okay. These things are the best barbecue chips I've ever had in my life. Hands down, pants down, the best chips, and I hope I sell a ton of them right now on this podcast. Uncle Ray's hot chips are the best hot chips I've ever had.
Can you bring some in from the cottage?
Yeah.
He looks like an Uncle Ray.
Yeah.
And on the bag, it says it's the official potato chip of minor league baseball.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So it's got to be good. It's got to be good.
I'm telling you right now, Uncle Ray's hot chips are the best hot chips you'll ever have. They're delicious.
Steven wants to know this. What's a slang word from your youth that you overused?
Overused like in my youth?
I guess. That's how I take it. Like when you were younger, what's one word that you would use like constantly?
I'm trying to remember what my mom would always tell me to stop using because I would just overuse it. Because I remember being told often to stop saying that.
Every time something was super cool, I always called it Cool Ranch.
Oh no! And are you also one of those people who
like
would always
imagine
say,
being by the lockers and you'd be like, "Yo, that's Cool Ranch."
Are you also one of those people that even to this day would use Cool Beans?
Oh, yes.
God.
I can't tell you how much I hate that saying.
There was a bunch of sayings that came out in the past like 10, 15 years that really drove me nuts. I absolutely despised anytime somebody put sauce on the end of something, whether it was weak sauce or awesome sauce, or I hated that. It drove me nuts.
Remember that?
It really, it drove me crazy.
My dad still says wavy baby.
What does that mean? What does wavy baby mean?
Whenever his friend comes over, there's this one guy Greg, that comes over and they try and outdo each other with, odd beers that they find, like at the store, like one from another part of the world. Yeah. And my dad would be like, oh, go get me another wavy baby beer, or something super cool. Be like, that's wavy baby.
What you just said made no sense.
At all.
At all. You put that thing into two different contexts and neither of them, but they didn't match. You said two different things twice in a row.
Who's your dad? Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Oh, wavy baby.
Are you sure they're not having an affair, those two?
Frank and Greg.
Yeah. That's
secret
code
word.
name wavy baby. That's what his name is on the messenger app, so Donna doesn't find out.
Nikki China asks, when did Roz stop drinking milk, and why is it weird that adults drink milk?
Because I think it's weird for any adult to drink the milk of another adult mammal. I think it's odd.
You're the only one that feels that way. Because I love a glass of milk.
I think it's weird. When I see like a grown man sitting down to a meal and they got a milk, it's weird. I put a little tiny bit of milk in my coffee. That is it. That's the extent. That's the extent of my milk drinking. But when I see like drinking I don't know. There's something weird about it to me. Like just drinking the milk of something that makes milk for their kid. Like it's just weird to me.
But do you not put milk when you're making a dish like mac and cheese? You have to put milk in there.
Oh no! Like I will use. I'll use milk as an ingredient. Yeah. Like I'll have. But I rarely do use milk.
But milk goes great with certain foods.
No, listen. No grown person. Okay, and with the risk of sounding toxic and masculine, no grown man should ever sit down to a meal with a glass of milk.
Well, what are you supposed to drink with a bowl of mac and cheese?
I judge you at that point. Like you look like you've gone through some sort of like arrested development where you haven't fully matured. I look at you like you have some sort of mother issue. Like there's all this stuff. If I see somebody drinking a milk, it's weird to me.
2 weeks ago at home.
And it's not nearly as good for you as they say it is. Go ahead, Mocha.
I went to pour a glass of juice, but I wasn't thinking. I was like, I just opened the fridge, I grabbed the jug, and I ended up pouring like half a glass of milk instead of juice. Right? And I was like, well, I'm not going to get rid of the milk. Like, I'm not going to toss it down the sink. So I just drank the milk.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, bro.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Oh, you liked it?
I was like, but it was like the first time I was standing there, like saying to Jenna, I can't remember the last time I actually drank a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Having this half glass of milk was rather refreshing. But since then, I hadn't like poured a glass of milk for myself.
Like I got a friend of my buddy John Meyer. He will go to the gym, and when he finishes the gym, he'll crack a carton of milk.
Because that's what you're supposed to do.
No,
it's good for your muscles.
All sweaty, and I'm like, do you not just get phlegmy?
Yeah.
After that, and like he tells the people at the gym, they were those juice bars at the gym, and he's like, man, you guys got to get cartons of milk in here. It's like I'm dying. Yeah, like after a workout.
But it is really refreshing if you wake up on a summer's day and go to the fridge and drink from the carton.
You are nuts, man. You are nuts. I'm starving. My stomach is going crazy right now.
You need some milk.
I don't need milk.
Or a bag of Doritos.
Wavy, baby.
Gabe says, why don't Roz Mocha follow Maurie on social media? Don't you like him?
Oh.
We love him.
I follow you on one of them more. Don't I?
I think so, on maybe Twitter.
I think I follow you on Twitter because I had to unfollow you not that long ago and you got real upset about it. And I was like, oh, God.
That's because I was trolling you about the Leafs.
No, and then what winds up happening is, let me tell you what happens when you unfollow Maurie on Twitter. It doesn't actually matter because if he feels that he's tweeted something funny, he will take a screen grab of it and text it to you.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Hey, did you see this? Or thought this was funny?
Thought you'd like this.
Well, because here's the one I'm sending you later. Me and my dad when I was a baby.
I don't need to see the stuff with you you and your dad.
Well, now I don't have to send it to you.
No, but I don't find that interesting. I don't. I really don't. I don't find it interesting. That's your dad. It's like cool for you, and it's awesome, and it's great, and I love that you guys have a fantastic relationship.
But I see all the things you do. I saw your cottage on Instagram.
I don't.
Let me ask you
choose
this
to
question.
look.
Do you have, Maurie, on your Instagram or on Twitter, do you have like notifications turned on so that when either Roz or I post something, you get that notification right away?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you do? That's why you always text me as soon
No
as
matter what I'm doing, if it dings, I'm like, stop. I got to see what this is.
Oh, God.
I just, I don't know. I just never have.
But you're missing out. I'll send you the picture of my dad and I.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Cole Young writes, what was your favorite childhood video game?
Double Dragon.
No, the Mario one where you hit the bricks with your head.
No, mine was always Double Dragon or Pole Position.
Or Faxanadu. I used to love Faxanadu.
What is that?
Faxanadu. It's a medieval time game where you have to go to the. Can you say wench?
Sure.
Okay, when you have to go
You
buy
didn't say
bread from
whore, but like.
Also, did you start out by saying meat evil? You know it's medieval, right?
Yeah. We were going to double back to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's circle the lagoons around. And so explain meat evil.
It's the time of the medieval era.
The what era?
The medieval era.
Meat evil.
Okay.
And you go and you buy bread from the wench, and the door opens.
Yeah.
And then you have to try and kill the dragon if you ever get to the dragon.
Right. And which era was this?
The medieval.
Right.
Oh, I used to also love Doom on the PC.
Yeah, that was good. I'm trying. When I was younger, when I was younger, what games really influenced me?
Duke Nukem?
No, that was sort of my second wave. My first wave was like the games on the VIC-20, which were very rudimental, and then Commodore 64. I remember I had a Bruce Lee game on Commodore 64, which was really awesome. And then they had these games called Summer Games and Winter Games, where like they were Olympic sports, and you played it with a big giant joystick on the Commodore 64. Those are really gay. And then this gay. Those are really great.
Yeah.
Second tier, like when I started getting into PlayStation stuff, my favorite game by far. My brother and I played so much Mortal Kombat that it was the best. But then Gran Turismo, the car game, it really changed everything for car games. That game,
so good,
and it was really, really awesome. I loved Gran Turismo. Okay. And then later on in years, the only sort of modern video game that I really enjoyed was Gears of War on Xbox. It was a great game, and Splinter Cell was a great game.
Okay, so you mentioned Mortal Kombat, right? So I haven't been able to play any of the fighting games I have at home ever since watching
Striking
Vipers on Black Mirror, the latest episode of Black Mirror, or latest season, the very first one in the latest season with Anthony Mackie.
Right.
So all of my, I have things like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and all that.
And you can't play
I
them.
can't. No, I need a minute.
Really?
I actually haven't played video games since I watched that episode because I'm I'm weirded out.
I'm going to write
by
a
it.
list of other episodes for you to watch that
No,
are not like that. They're good.
I don't know,
They're
man.
good.
I
They're
don't
good.
know.
I can lend you Faxanadu. You can play that. It's from the medieval era.
Snorlax writes, I dare you, Roz and Mocha, play heads or tails, and whoever loses 2 out of 3 times has to kiss Damnit Maurie on the head.
What, like a child?
No. No, absolutely not. I am not doing that.
Oh, come on. Have some fun.
No.
Listen, you won't touch hair. Just kiss the bald spot on the...
You think I'm going to kiss?
Hold on. Stop everything. What
Bold
bald
on.
spot?
Do you think I'm going to... You think
Bold on here in these medieval times with your bag of Doritos.
Hey, let's just reassess before we get too deep into this here,
What?
okay? First of all, Maurie's going to pass away, and I'm definitely not kissing a corpse. Okay?
Ew, bro, you're so disgusting.
Okay. Can I just rephrase the request?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. As
Okay.
Maurie's soul escaping his body right now.
Let me rephrase the request, and
Okay.
then you tell me if you're still interested.
Okay.
So Snorlax writes, I dare you,
Maurie, relax for a second, bro.
Roz and Mocha, to play heads or tails, and whoever loses 2 out of 3 times has to kiss Maurie in the hair.
No, on the head.
No. I said, let me rephrase this.
Oh, in the hair. Okay, next question.
Okay. Because I'm not kissing Maurie in the hair.
Also, what bald spot?
Like you don't know. Christy asks, all these 90s TV show reboots, what would you like to see make a comeback? Hers is Buffy, Dawson's Creek, or Blossom.
Perfect Strangers.
Didn't they try that?
No, not with Belky Bartakamus and Cousin Larry.
Yeah.
No, but didn't they try like a Perfect Strangers type?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, maybe I'm making that up.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought.
I don't know if they could do Perfect Strangers because it's sort of like
they're both alive.
It's sort of xenophobic. Like it's.
What does that mean?
You don't like Zen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's from the medieval times.
Yeah.
Duh.
No, because it's about an outsider from a foreign country who just because all anybody did was just goof on Balky in that show.
Yeah, you can't do that now.
For his weird sort of traditions and culture stuff, and I mean, yeah,
I mean, isn't that still what people do?
Yeah, but you just can't put it on television.
I mean, the obvious
I'm
is
not
Friends.
a fan though, but I'm just not a fan of
90s
all these
TV show reboots?
Oh,
rebooting.
the A-Team.
No, that was 80s though.
Yeah,
Christy asked specifically about the 90s.
Not a fan of that either. Like, it's interesting to me because there's a couple of shows that I would be okay if they rebooted them.
Okay.
If they put it on Netflix and turned it into a sort of an evolution of the show where it was like a little bit more grown up. It was shot differently. They could swear. There was sex. Like there's shows that I used to enjoy that I wish were on NY. Like I used to love NYPD Blue.
Sure.
Right? It was a cop show. Stephen Bochco is really, really great. That show was a network show, so they could never go real deep or real hard with it, you know? If that show was rebooted, but like put on, they could even run the same scripts, just sort of rewrite them a little bit. Like if that show was rebooted and it was on like HBO or something, I would watch it because I like that kind of thing. But as far as just taking some dumb sitcom from the 90s that was barely funny at the time, like I know everybody right now wants a Third Rock from the Sun reboot. I'm like,
really?
God, yes,
Oh, that would be
everybody does.
great.
Everybody wants that.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
like, why?
Was Cheers 90s?
Cheers was 80s.
80s,
I mean,
man.
it finished in the 90s, but it was 80s.
God, I'm having a really hard time thinking of shows from the 90s.
I would say, you
Saved by
remember
the
when
Bell.
they did, even that I wouldn't watch.
No.
You know, remember a couple months ago they did the dramatic trailer for...
Yes, that's what I mean. Something like that.
For Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
even Will Smith was like, yo, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that dramatic telling of the story, the way that trailer was, I would watch a full show. And when you watch a trailer, you think, oh my God, this would be amazing on Netflix.
Yeah, like Friends, you can't. I understand Friends, everybody wants that, but you can't do it because the world is so different now. And in order to do like...
Oh, the obvious is Seinfeld.
No, even that you can't
wouldn't
do.
work. It wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. And the problem with Friends is you can reboot a Will and Grace and sort of make the story work, and they wound up living together again. And you can reboot, Full House because they're family, and
Or Roseanne, like what they did?
Yeah, you can reboot Roseanne because they're all family. And rebooting Friends is very difficult because then you're having to contrive a world where 6 grown adults who all have their own families and lives would still hang out enough together all in one room to make it consistently believable that this is a show.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that? Like, how do you do that? Because you can no longer do a show where friends get together for coffee before work because that doesn't exist in the real world.
Or during the day
Yeah.
when people should be working.
Nobody does that.
They actually mentioned that in one of the episodes where they joked and said, doesn't any of these people have jobs while
Yeah.
looking around the coffee shop?
Yeah, like nobody does that. So Friends is a very difficult show to reboot. It's extremely difficult.
But you could do Seinfeld with just, more, I guess,
No,
current
wouldn't work.
situations.
No.
Doesn't anybody in this coffee shop go to work? Doesn't anybody?
Yeah, that
I think
makes
it should be
sense.
don't any of these people.
No, doesn't anybody in this coffee shop?
Yeah, doesn't
anybody
yeah.
in this coffee shop?
Yeah, it's just like the saying for
Anyone in this coffee shop? Oh yeah, I
you
guess.
know Sara Lee Cakes and Sara Lee.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
You know their saying. What's their slogan?
Doesn't anyone in this coffee shop?
Where it's nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
Nobody
doesn't like Sarah. Nobody doesn't.
Yeah.
Like Sarah,
nobody
okay.
doesn't like Sara Lee. And everybody thought it was nobody does it like Sara Lee.
But it's
the
nobody doesn't.
the
It
slogan
doesn't?
is nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
I feel like that could have been worded better.
Yeah. Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
Can we do this one here because it's Father's Day this weekend?
Okay.
From Brandon, what is the best advice your father has given to you?
Oh, okay.
God.
My dad always taught me to make little goals for yourself so they're easy to reach. He also said never take a sick day.
Never take a sick day.
My dad taught me that when I started working. He's like, you should never take a sick day unless you're dying.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Jeez.
Wow. Greatest advice that my dad, Vern, the accountant, has ever given to me. Yeah, it would probably... Oh, yeah, because I think he mentioned it in his speech at my wedding, but be prudent with your financials.
Be prudent with your financials. Such great advice. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, your dad probably had some great advice, Roz.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, it's interesting.
Like a lot of little, maybe... pieces of advice, right? Not like one kind of standard overall, here's how you should live your life.
Did he give you any dating advice on like how to handle the ladies?
No, there was nothing. There was only just straight talk of be respectful and be careful.
Yeah.
There was no sort of, my dad, like he had a lot of great life advice, but so many of the conversations that I remember having with my dad were either just heartfelt and frivolous, right? They were just like us just sitting around bonding and having a good time together, just to laugh. Because my dad was in Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
So my dad was like a Marine, and when he met my mom, he was fresh out of Vietnam and everything else, and then we were born. So growing up, he still had this sort of like mentality to him, like he was hard.
Yeah.
Like my dad was a hard man, but he was gentle and wonderful and loving and nonviolent and all that stuff. But every now and then, when the time called for it, he would just whip out these things, these pieces of knowledge about things that he knew a lot about.
Sure.
And oftentimes it had to do with like the proper way to punch somebody in the throat.
Oh, okay.
Or, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Or like what snake tastes like.
Oh my God.
You know, like that kind of stuff, right? Like somebody,
Really?
like so every now and then he would just throw out these things where you're like, oh God, like I remember I came in the house one night.
Like just shocking, right?
Yeah, I came in the house one night. My dad was taking apart a gun on the kitchen table. And I was like, what is that? He's like, it's a gun. I'm like, where did you get that? He goes, from somebody who shouldn't have had it. And I was like, and I just...
Oh my God.
Right? Like
I didn't expect this to go that way.
I just, you know what I mean? And then I just went and got snacks, and I just went in the living room. Right? Like,
was he a very serious man?
No, he was fun. My dad had the best laugh ever.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever.
He was just very like nonchalant about things, right?
Yeah. Like it's just, I don't know. Like there's just these weird little memories that I have of him, and it's all stuff like that. So there's no like, be a good dad and listen to, there's none of this stuff, right? And because I never got to that point with him. Like I never was sort of old enough to, I never got to that point where I was old enough where he would give me those pieces of advice,
Sure.
right? Like he would do that because I was never talking about having a kid or any of that stuff when he passed. So we never got to have, those kinds of conversations.
What does snake taste like?
He says gross, but you have to do it.
On the flip side of, your dad having all this knowledge of this, like, other stuff.
Yeah.
My dad has knowledge, and I don't know where, he's just like the smartest guy I know. Like we'll be watching a television show and something will happen somewhere. And out of nowhere, my dad will be like, did you know?
Yeah.
And then he'll give you like the history on
something.
That thing.
Yeah.
Or that place.
Yeah.
Right? Like my sisters were telling me recently, they did like a family trip to Montreal. And they're like looking around at all these like wonderful things. And my dad out of nowhere said, oh, did you know? And then started saying this thing about like some famous person from Montreal. And then they get to where the statue is. And my sister's like reading the plaque on it. And she's like, oh my God, Dad was like totally right about all this stuff. Like he has like all this random, interesting, historic information.
It's at that point you start thinking your old man has been living a double life.
Yeah,
right?
like Dad, how do you know all this?
Yes. Why do you know this?
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. I know.
The other thing he'll do is we'll ask like just out of nowhere, like, oh man, that's really interesting. I wonder, how that came to be or whatever.
Yeah.
And like 2 or 3 days later, he'll come back because he's gone and researched it on the internet.
Yeah.
And he'll say, hey, you remember a couple of days ago, you were asking about like the history of, I don't know, bologna?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dad. Well, as it turns out, and he'll go on like 30-minute explanation on the history of bologna. It's like, I love you, Dad, but like.
Record that next time. You know what he should do?
Totally
Your old man should do a podcast.
Oh my
That's what
God!
he should do, and we'll tack it on to the end of this. We'll give him a good promo and everything else. Tell him to put a podcast together.
Did you know with Vern?
All right, I gotta go.
Okay, no problem.
Wonderful.
That is a wrap. Episode 82 of the Roz Mocha Show podcast. You know what? Share this with all of your your friends. And if you have not yet done so, wherever it is you do get the Roz Mocha Show podcast from, leave a rating, leave a review. We would love you for it. And we will catch you on episode 83 of the Roz Mocha Show podcast.
All right, who's kissing my hair?
Stop it.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
Kiss925.com
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.